It's the Guelph Storm at the Odd for the latest edition of the Highway 7 rivalry. Kitchener and Guelph, right now.
Looking at the outside of the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. Friday night means hockey here at the Odd, and it's Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV as the Guelph Storm take on the Kitchener Rangers. Good evening, I am your host, Sean Ferfaro. Special welcome to all of our friends watching in the Royal City of Guelph. Episode 6 of the Highway 7 rivalry goes tonight. The Rangers currently leading this season series 4-1. As you heard in the intro, this team has yet to lose in regulation in 2026. The last regulation loss, December the 30th, back in 2025. That's a span of 13 consecutive games. We've got a great game on tap tonight between these two teams. Dan Polischuk is under the weather, so we called in our very own Royal Rumble surprise entrant. He came all the way down Highway 7 with us. Here's Jason Hagholm, and that's gotta be Mark Perry.
Well, thank you very much, Sean. Yes, stand back. Here is the eye of the storm himself, Mark Perry, filling in for Dan Polischuk here. And Mark, what better game for you to come in for the final edition of the Highway 7 rivalry here in Kitchener as the Guelph Storm take on the Kitchener Rangers. And Mark, the Guelph Storm, it's been a different model for them, a lot of new faces for Guelph in the second half of the season, but they did pick up a big win yesterday afternoon in Erie. And our player to watch for the Guelph Storm, someone that brings a lot of experience and has really fitted nicely to Corey Stillman's system. That's the Toronto Maple Leaf prospect, Tyler Hopkins.
Absolutely, and I mean, Tyler Hopkins is a guy that they're counting on to be a top 6 center on this team, not only this season, but next season as well. You bring in that experience because you want not to give up on this season. You want to make the playoffs. You do not want to go in to a Memorial Cup season missing the playoffs 2 years in a row. Tyler Hopkins provides some pretty good punch. Look out for that cannon he's got on the power play. And I mean, for Hopkins, he did score in that game yesterday against the Erie Otters. So, very consistently putting up points. He's got points in 5 of his last 6 games. He has been a big part of this offense as of late.
He's fitted very nicely, as you said, Mark. He's got 10 points in 13 games as a member of the Guelph Storm, and with just 1 point tonight, Tyler Hopkins will have career point in the OHL 100. So you got to watch out for the Toronto Maple Leaf prospect if you are the Kitchener Rangers. On the flip side, Mark, our player to watch for the Kitchener Rangers, a man that used to wear the C around here on East Avenue. That's the Ottawa Senators prospect in Matt Andonovski.
Matt Andonovski celebrating a big milestone here tonight, playing in OHL game at number 250. In Kitchener Rangers history, only 11 other players have made it into 250 games wearing the blue shirt. Matt Andonovski joins that group tonight. Only the 3rd defenseman to join that group in history as well. But, since coming back from the Belleville Senators of the American Hockey League, 7 points in 9 games. In his career, not really known for putting the puck into the net and putting up the goal scoring or even registering assists every now and then, but he provides that leadership. He provides that oomph that you need on that back end, and he eats up a whole lot of minutes for this Kitchener Rangers team.
He definitely does, and you can tell that Matt Andonovski is really enjoying his final tenure here on East Avenue with the Kitchener Rangers. And yes, while he may not put up a lot of points for the Kitchener Rangers, he did have a goal and the game-winning assist the last time the Guelph Storm were here against the Kitchener Rangers back on January the 18th. So Matt Andonovski, he loves these rivalry games, especially against the Rangers Highway 7 rivals in Guelph. Well, it's a big game as well for the Kitchener Rangers with a win and an Erie Otters loss in regulation. The Kitchener Rangers can lock up and guarantee a playoff spot here for the postseason. It's going to be a barn burner between the Storm and the Rangers. Let's throw it down to ice level for pregame ceremonies with Dave Schneider.
The Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Chinootan peoples. We're all treaty people, and our community is inspired and enriched by the enduring knowledge and deep-rooted traditions of the diverse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit in Kitchener today. As we work within this territory to realize a healthy vision for the entire community, we honor the original caretakers of this land and recognize our responsibility to serve as dutiful stewards. Fans, we're extremely grateful to partner with the CMHA Waterloo Wellington to host a Talk Today event to increase public awareness and promote mental health in our community. Talk Today provides mental health support and raises suicide awareness among the Kitchener Rangers organization and throughout the OHL. Members of the Kitchener Rangers play leadership roles within our community, and players are seen as excellent role models who positively influence young fans and their families. By hosting this event, the Rangers and CMHAWW are helping eliminate the stigma and discrimination associated with mental health issues and encouraging discussion within the community about mental health. Welcome to Center Ice CEO of CMHA Waterloo Wellington, Helen Fishburne. We now ask Kitchener Rangers captain Cameron Reid and Guelph Storm forward Tyler Hopkins to center ice to join Helen for a ceremonial face-off. Fans, please stand as you're able and remove your hat for our national anthem performed tonight by Monsignor Haller Catholic Elementary School.
As we said, special welcome to everybody watching in the Royal City of Guelph. Matt Andonovski's 250th game. Let's get set for the Highway 7 rivalry. Here are Jason and Mark.
Thank you very much, Sean and Mark. It's time to take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders.
Starting in goal for the visiting Guelph Storm, it is Colin Ellsworth. It has been Zach Jovanovski's net as of late, but Ellsworth will get the nod here this evening. His last start came January 9th against the Barrie Colts. He gave up 6 goals in that performance. Jason Schabel getting the nod, giving Christian Kirsch the night off here tonight on a Friday night. November 29th, the last time Jason Schabel lost in regulation. He's won 3 straight games, and he made 11 saves against Sarnia January 27th. That's the last time he saw the action between the pipes.
Also got a bit of a scrap in that one as well against Ben Pickle. As we look here tonight, Mark, at our officials, the referees will be Scott Ferguson and Tyson Stewart, the linesmen Dustin McCrank and Devin Driscoll.
Nice to see Dustin McCrank in a rivalry game like this. He will make sure he's getting in the middle of a whole lot of scrums here tonight, that's for sure.
The Kitchener Rangers, they're riding a lot of momentum after that big win Wednesday night in London. Sam O'Reilly, who's in the face-off circle for Kitchener, had 2 goals in that game against his former team, including, of course, the overtime winner, while Guelph picked up and snapped a 2-game losing streak just yesterday afternoon in Erie against the Otters. As Scott Ferguson's got the puck, he drops it. We are underway on a Friday night from the Cathedral of Junior Hockey. As Gabe Sherratt couldn't control it. Spade a quick pass out that time for the Storm for Gallagher. Big blast from the point by Beauchene. Rebound shot. What a save by Schabel! And the rebound goes wide. Schabel totally stoned Gallagher. What a glorious opening chance there for Guelph. Gallagher continuing a strong shift for him, finishing a check off there on Sherratt. As Gabe Sherratt, he'll wheel the puck back, as he'll just drop it back that time for Jared Woolley. Woolley will wait for some support as Kitchener will go for a line change.
Yeah, look out for that third line tonight. And Mackenzie, Gallagher, and Serlin, they like to press the action. They're really good in the dot, and they love that play below the goal line.
Puck will come here for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys will shoot it in as Ellsworth tried to play it, couldn't. Pridham will send the puck back the opposite direction as Christian Humphreys will cut off the exit feed there for Guelph. Pridham nearly put a good forecheck on, but Spada's got it for the Storm. Off to Ethan Miedema, who will just flip it off the wall. There is Bela Horski, who had 2 goals for the Storm, including the game winner just yesterday afternoon against the Otters. Ethan Miedema, the Buffalo Sabre prospect, his pass is broken up. Tracking it down there for the Storm will be Noah Jenkin. Jenkin will just backhand it around. Off that time for Rowan Top. Top back here for Jenkins. As Stevens had to fight off some stick work there from Pridham, and that puck goes into the netting and out of play. And Mark, that'll give us time here to look at tonight's keys to the game.
Well, taking a look at the keys to the game for the Guelph Storm, first of all, maximize on your chances and play gritty. You saw a little bit of both of those in the first shift of this game, playing gritty, particularly that third line, and maximizing on chances. They'll be looking at that save from Jason Schabel and say, what if we got that one in to try to set the tone early? Well, you look at the Kitchener Rangers, meantime, don't take your foot off the gas. This is a team that has a whole lot of first period goals. In particular, I believe they're outscoring the competition 15-6 in the first period on this 13-game run. And pressure the goaltender. Ellsworth hasn't seen a whole lot of action lately. Get to him early, get to him often.
Not only that, this is the first time we've seen Colin Ellsworth versus the Kitchener Rangers this year. It's normally been Zach Jovanovski, who was sensational back on January the 18th here at the Odd for Guelph. As Bilecki will finish off a check. Puck will find its way here for Weston Cameron. And Wysick will throw his body around McNeil. Will try to wrap up Wysick, but Wysick escapes. Wysick drops it back to Shabinsky, then to the point for Top. Now to Jenkin. Jenkin, he throws one on, that goes wide. Shabinsky will play it on the forehand. One-timer there by Top. Didn't get all of it, and the Rangers clear. As Top will track it down. Icing called against Kitchener.
Wysick on the ice for his first shift of the game, and it's a guy that Guelph really wants to get going. That's why you're putting Shabinsky and Stevens on his wings on the second line here tonight. The two of them love to put the puck into the net. Wysick has struggled in that department as of late. He has not scored a goal since December 10th at Flint. So looking to break that schneid with a goal here tonight.
Not only that, Mark, when you look at Jaakko Wysick, the second overall pick for Guelph, 0 points in these matchups against the Kitchener in 5 matchups. That is something that if Guelph wants to have success against their Highway 7 rivals, their top draft pick has to produce a little bit more than that. Shot on, though, by the Storm, and there's Schabel sprawling out and making a good save with Pape around the crease.
Yeah, that's that fourth line, Pape, Snellgrove, and Hapanenko. Snellgrove, one of the best face-off men in the Ontario Hockey League. He's been around 59-60% all season long, and that's the fruits of the labor right there. You win a draw, you get it to the point, and just get some clean shots on goal, try to get some traffic in front and make life difficult for Schabel.
Well, Schabel's been having to make some incredible saves early on in this game, and we haven't even completely played 3 minutes yet. As couldn't break out there was Jack Labrache, who's back into the lineup after Matthew Lachar was given the 4-game suspension by the OHL. Been a good road start so far in the early moments here for Guelph. Now Pape gets it for Snellgrove. Snellgrove will kick it back to Hapanenko, steered wide by Schabel. And that, once again, puck goes out of play for a whistle.
And I think they need the good road start here if you're Guelph. When you take a look at, they have a plus 500 home record, but they have been struggling as of late. And you know what they say about road games as well. It's one of those, bonding opportunities. And in particular, they get to go to Erie yesterday for that school day game. You go on the road after tonight to go into Niagara on Monday, into London next Wednesday before returning home next Friday against Flint. This is going to be the next couple of games for Guelph where you can try to set a tone here on the road and, don't feel the pressure of having to perform on home ice.
As Woolley knocks that down, yeah, as you mentioned, Mark, that is a tough slate of games. 4 games next week, as you said, in Niagara, in London, home against Flint next Friday, and then Saturday afternoon in Brantford against the top team in the Eastern Conference. That is a tough sled for a Guelph Storm team that's really trying to rise up the rankings here in the Western Conference.
And it's airtight down at the bottom of the Western Conference right now, besides the 2 teams on the outside looking in.
As Sherratt, quick feedback, backhander there by Edwards, but a good save made by Ellsworth.
And first real test for Ellsworth here tonight as the Rangers put the pressure on, and now we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone, and really a spot the Rangers haven't really seen too much action here in the first 4 minutes of play.
Oh, but that's a line that can get things going on. Dylan Edwards has been sensational, had a good goal on Wednesday night in London. Just weaved his way through the defenders and put one top shelf. Made a career of that too in the OHL. As Belahorski couldn't corral that, comes back here for top to Noah Jenkins, a former London Knight in his own right. Puck will be the length of the ice. Getting there first is Cameron Reid to Carson Campbell. Rangers couldn't clear. Jenkins a shot. Save made though by Shovel. Puck popped in the air. Storm couldn't get a shot away there with Miedema. Stretch pass off the mark for Dylan Edwards as Rowan Top will corral it just behind his own goal line. Flips this one up, but not out. Top, though, tried to shovel the puck out of the backhand. Cameron Reid kept it in the glove end. And look out, here's Humphreys. Humphreys shot. That's deflected off Jenkins' stick into the netting and out of play.
Got to look for that open man there as Humphreys was able to gobble that puck up. Just a bit of a tie up here beforehand, a bit of a check just before Humphreys is able to get in on the screen and just gobbles it up. You got to be first to the puck if you're Guelph, but good job there for the Rangers to be first to it, and Humphreys gets a really good scoring chance out of it.
But Humphreys wants to put points back up. Had his 14-game point streak snapped on Wednesday in London, so he wants to start a new one here against the Guelph Storm. And Humphreys ridden into the boards there by Jenkins. Cameron Arquette trying to get into the fray as well. Good scrum going on there in that near corner. Pridham will try to help out too for the Kitchener Rangers. Arquette muscling his way in, and that puck does poke free to the point now for McNeil. McNeil, cross ice for Bolecki. Tipped in front that time by the Rangers, but a good save made by Ellsworth.
And it's a bit of just a simple transition there by the Rangers. You win the puck battle in the corner, just get it to the open man to the point. McNeil is able to read the situation perfectly, gets it to his defense partner, and again, you play D to D, you send a guy right to the net. That's just simple, effective hockey right there.
Well, the Rangers have had some good zone time in the Guelph end for the last couple minutes, and they will keep that going on right here as Arquette, though, gets bumped down from behind by Snellgrove. Beauchene tried to clear that puck as it'll come around for Wysick. Now stretch pass. Here's Carter Stevens. Stevens on the wing. Stevens, and he skies one into the netting.
And Carter Stevens able to get loose in the neutral zone. You look out for him, a guy that is rated pretty high in the NHL midterm scouting rankings. He's ranked 54th among North American skaters, and he has been in and out of the lineup with injury all season long. Missed the top prospects game due to injury, but has since come back and didn't think that Stevens was going to be in the lineup so soon, and ever since he's come back in, he's been able to produce.
Yeah, he's one of those exciting young up-and-coming players here for the Guelph Storm, and there's a lot of youth excitement around the Royal City, especially with next season where, of course, we all know the Guelph Storm will be hosting the Memorial Cup.
I'll try not to twist the knife too much tonight.
Spada, he'll try to throw one back in. That puck ricocheted off a Ranger stick, but the Storm do dump the puck into the Kitchener end. Woolley will send it around for Matt Andonovsky. A good shift of game here by Gallagher. at the point as Beauchene. He got it there for Serlin. Gallagher tries to escape. That puck hits a man right out in front. That had hit Hunter McKenzie. Luckily for the Rangers, didn't bat it back into the Kitchener end that time. By Beauchene as Tanner Lamb try to get around. Gallagher wraps up Lamb, and that's going to be a penalty going up against the Guelph Storm. As the Rangers will let the Storm touch up, and Kitchener will get the first power play of the game.
And on a play like that, Gallagher, you're just trying to pressure the man, and unfortunately, you're just getting your arm and getting your stick into all the wrong places, just trying to strip the puck loose in a dangerous area, just right at the top of the slot. As you'll see it here as Lamb, that's a bit of a Brian McCabe can opener in the making there, as he kind of grabbed the shoulder and kind of did a little bit of a tug trying to get that puck loose.
Lane Gallagher will sit for 2 or less for the holding penalty. His aggression got the best of him as the Rangers' 5th best power play in the OHL will go to work, operating at almost 25%. The Storm, though, do have a good penalty kill, sitting 6th overall at 81%.
So they have given up power play goals in 7 straight games. They're looking to break that schneid.
Well, Storm had a good start. Reid, though, keeps the puck back in the Guelph end as the Rangers get it to the point for Cameron Reid. Reid, he'll put a good shot on. Try to get a tip there by Edwards. Couldn't hit it on target. Now Pridham. Down low for O'Reilly. As O'Reilly will go cross ice off for Humphreys. Now to Reid. Back to O'Reilly, then to Humphreys. Humphreys cross ice for Pridham, a little too strong. Pridham tried to kick it back up to his stick blade. Couldn't do it, and the Storm scrambling for the puck, and Snellgrove's got it. And finally, the Storm do clear thanks to Beauchene. As Cameron Reid will track this one down with 1:19 left to go in this Kitchener power play. Nice moves by Reid as he drops it back for Humphreys. Humphreys out, that time on the wing for Edwards. Edwards will send it around off to Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly had the puck kind of caught up in his skates, and that forces Cameron Reid have to go just inside his own end, and the Rangers will restart with the top power play unit. Nice fake there by Reid. Reid will then drop it back again for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys for O'Reilly, who knocks it down at the blue line. The Storm do force the Rangers out of the Guelph end.
They're learning their lessons, the Storm. The Rangers had a couple of very easy entries into the offensive zone early on in this power play. Guelph has been able to stand their ground since.
Jared Woolley will start a rush out here with the PP2 unit. Arquette looking for Sherratt, couldn't find him. As Top will just pin this puck up on the end wall. Storm do poke it free. Lamb try to get it back there for Woolley. Woolley fighting, and good work by Jared Woolley to keep this puck in the Guelph end. Off for Lamb, nifty skating with 14 seconds up. One-timer by Woolley. That puck ricocheted off Beauchene, but wide. As Sherratt trying to help dig this free. Puck popping in the air. As Pridham couldn't throw it on target, and the Storm able to clear, or not just get it out. Here comes the Lamb here, but power play is over. This puck will go the length of the ice, and that'll be an icing actually waved off as Woolley will get the puck. Guelph's got some fresh legs on. Tanner Lamb. Coming up ice is Matt Andonovski. Andonovski will just backhand it into the Guelph end as Ellsworth will come out to play it. Ellsworth found Babbitt as the Storm want to get going with Miedema, but Miedema couldn't get the puck on his stick cleanly. Now to Matt Andonovski. Andonovski here for Avery Anstis. Anstis over the line. Avery Anstis fighting there with McFadden. As Anstis, though, driven to the far corner. Jack LaBrache will use some of his size to help win out this scrum for the Kitchener Rangers. Anstis as well trying to just muscle the puck with his skate up against the boards. Can't do it just yet. Getting some good stick work there in the scrum, and Anstis digs it free. Avery Anstis tries to leave it that time, and does for Vermeulen. Vermeulen, though, hit by McFadden, and the Storm able to clear.
That's a gritty defensive shift by Will McFadden, playing on D once again.
As we get an icing call against Guelph, it will take us to break as the Rangers and Storm are tied at 0. You're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
When the pressure's on, you need the right law firm, a legal team that protects your goals and drives results. Learners, we are always on your team.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
Aging Well brings you conversations with experts to help empower your golden years with enthusiasm and optimism. Don't miss Aging Well with Angela and Alice Liu, Mondays at 7 p.m.
Let's go Rangers.
There you see Jack Pridham. He was named the OHL Player of the Month for January. Listen to these numbers. 20 points in 11 games. That's 8 games and 12 assists. He had points in 10 of the 11 games that he played in the month. 6 multi-point games, and here's my favorite stat. He was Player of the Month, but he was not even once named Player of the Week. Back up to you guys.
Oh, Jack Pridham. Well, Jack Pridham, kind of like his OHL career, big, but sometimes you don't realize his size and his quality skill that he brings to the table. But he was a monster for the Kitchener, including some clutch overtime goals.
Those are good numbers, right?
Fantastic numbers, and he's really found his form as of late, has Pridham. Hence why he was named the Player of the Month for January in the Ontario Hockey League. As there's Campbell pinned up on the wall, trying to help kick this puck free as he's battling that time with Belahorski. Getting into the fray too is Labrat. The Rangers do knock this free with Antis. Antis has a step. Here's a 2-on-1 developing for Kitchener. Avery Antis, and Antis taken off the puck by Spada. Diving effort there by Spada to take Antis away, and leads to a counterattack for the Storm. As Shabinsky, he'll leave it for Spada. Spada the shot that hits some traffic in front and goes wide. Snellgrove couldn't settle it on his stick cleanly as the Rangers got it for Gabe Sherratt. Sherratt, his pass now for Dylan Edwards on a spinning puck. But Edwards able to get it for Sherratt. Now Sherratt with some steam. Here's Sherratt behind the goal line. Sherratt will send this around. Try to get it to the point. Edwards will help out as well for the Rangers, but the Storm do knock this puck back inside Kitchener territory with McNeil corralling it. Here's Andrew McNeil out on the wing. McNeil tried to roll it through but Hapanenko got into the fray. Now over the line is Dylan Edwards. Edwards knocked off the puck. As Sherratt will try to help out as well, but Jared Woolley's got it. Woolley onto the tape of O'Reilly. Out on the wing now for Edwards. Edwards couldn't take that pass cleanly, and here's a counterattack developing for the Storm. Storm dropped it back, and Edwards is in some discomfort. He got hit behind the play, and Edwards gives it right back to the Storm and Jenkins. As Bilecki, they'll make a backhand pass. That's broken up by Serlin, who just backhands the puck back into the Kitchener end. Here for Bilecki. Puck gets off his stick. Leo Serlin out on the wing. Serlin will try to drop it back. Dancing here are the Storm. Shot on by McKenzie. Hits some Ranger skates. Pridham blows a tire, but getting some help from Edwards, who will just roll it back into the Guelph end. Ellsworth will leave it for Top. Top will send it around there for Serlin. Serlin lost it for Christian Humphreys, who throws this puck once again back behind the Guelph net, but the Storm will try to break out quickly this time with Wysick. Wysick, though, muscled off the puck as Arquette gets it back here for Matt Andonovski. Andonovski will take his time, but turn it over there for Shabinsky. But the Storm couldn't get a clean shot away that time from Stevens. Now the Rangers over the line with Humphreys. Humphreys, he was looking for Pridham, couldn't find him, and the Storm wanted to get some speed going. Wysick looking there for Stevens, passes behind him. As Stevens will take the feed. Stevens now has to muscle his way through, but Arquette wins out for Kitchener. Arquette, nice dangle there by Arquette. And Arquette will just throw it into the far side in the Guelph zone. A lot of Rangers getting knocked down by the Storm. Beauchene put his body in the way on Campbell. Shovel tried to come out of his crease to knock the puck down. Belahorski, he takes a shot. Shot from the point, save made by Shovel. As Tanner Lamb gets knocked down by Miedema. Here's Ethan Miedema. He gets run into by Jared Woolley behind the Kitchener net. Puck is loose, but Campbell sent it to the far wall. It'll come to Spada. Spada, he'll try to get a friendly bounce off the end walls here at the odd. Woolley will try to clear, can't do it. Paped it, loose in front, but the Rangers able to steer it to the far wall again. It'll come this time for Tanner Lamb. Lamb, he's got a step, here does Woolley. Woolley tries to throw it through cross ice, as the Rangers will pick it up that time with Weston Cameron, who'll send it the opposite direction. But McFadden, nice little head fake there by McFadden. McFadden Gets it cleanly here for Pape. Pape swiped off the puck by Vermeulen, and the Rangers owning their own blue line. A good forecheck being put on here by Vermeulen. Vermeulen wins a turnover, but his backhander was intercepted right in the own end there by Babin. There is Babin again. Babin will throw it off while looking for Hapanenko. Couldn't find him. And Andonovski now here for Kitchener. And Andonovski blows a tire as he tried to cut back inside his own end. Vermeulen will get it here for Matt Andonovski, our player to watch for the Kitchener Rangers. Pass for Labrash is broken up by Hapanenko. Puck taken here by Labrash, but couldn't corral it. Snellgrove did well to get it back for the Storm. Top will throw it off the wall. Giving chase here is Snellgrove. Here's Snellgrove in the slot for Hapanenko. Didn't get much on it, but Schaubel will make the save.
That last shot kind of handcuffed Hapanenko, trying to get that one-timer. Didn't get all of it on the toe drag right in the mid-slot, but what a back and forth between these two teams exchanging chances as Snellgrove sets up Hapanenko. Had a little bit of traffic to try to dangle his way through, taking that shot. But this last sequence of play really was defined by a lot of turnovers pretty much just inside both blue lines, as both teams, they would get the entry, but then be a little bit more lackadaisical with the puck, and the puck ends up going the other way 2 seconds later. They got to be careful with those.
Yeah, both teams luckily not to get burned on the turnovers. Start off the faceoff, scores! Rowan Top goes top shelf on an absolute blast from the point, and the Storm lead 1-0.
Pop from Top right there as Rowan Top gets just his second goal of the season, a howitzer. And I talked about it before when it comes to face-off wins, and look who it is. It's Parker Snellgrove taking the draw here, and you'll see it here. Clean face-off onto one stick of Hapanenko. He sees Top. He's got a little bit of a lane to work with on that one-timer, and he just puts it on a tee and rifles it to give the Storm the 1-0 lead.
Well, the Guelph Storm, their defensemen have scored some goals here to get things going the right way, and a good road start. And there's O'Reilly with a quick response, but good save made there by Ellsworth. That's what Guelph's been doing. They've had good first periods here. The last two games here at the Memorial Auditorium is, we'll take a look at this goal again here from Rowan Topmark.
Yeah, and again, just a great setup and a great shot. Felt like Schaubel was playing a little bit deeper into the crease, so it gave a little bit more of an opening for Top on that one-timer. But again, just a great release from Top that you like to see it a little bit more if you're a Storm fan, but right there was no mistaking, and you kind of talked about it too. A lot of goal scoring, in particular from the Storm in the last month, have been coming from the blue line. Spada, Fassard, who's out tonight, and right there, Rowan Top providing the latest example.
Rowan Top with a shot like that maybe should shoot a little bit more. That was one heck of a shot that handcuffed Jason Schaubel, and the Storm want more. As there was Gallagher, he couldn't really spin around and fire. McKenzie sent up in the air, but the Rangers will get this puck back with Campbell. There is a penalty on the play coming against the Kitchener Rangers. As we will head to break, the Storm will get a power play, and they're up 1-0 on the Kitchener Rangers. You're watching Hefner, Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Golden Hawks hockey program is having a great week. They are celebrating Pride Week in the OUA with special Pride Night games and Pride jerseys for both the men's and women's hockey team. One game tonight, one game the 12th. We did a special interview talking about these games with McKenna Murray. You're going to see that in the second intermission. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Sean, as you see the Ranger captain Cameron Reid in the penalty box. So the Storm will get their first power play of the game with an important penalty killer for Kitchener, sitting for 2 or less.
By the way, go see that Laurier women's team. They are red hot this season. Unbelievable performances they've been able to put on night in and night out.
Absolutely, and why not, especially with the big momentum of women's hockey, especially with the Olympics beginning today. Now here's the Storm. McFadden down low, cross size for Stevens. Couldn't get it on the tape cleanly there. And the Rangers able to clear. As Ellsworth will leave it for Will McFadden.
Be interesting to see what the setup is here. McFadden working as the 1D. You have Hopkins on the ice. I talked about that bullet before. Look out for it on that right wing.
McFadden able to get away from Campbell. As Stevens will try to glide this puck up the wall. Pinching in there is Beauchene. Stevens will help out, but his shot goes off a Ranger skate just to the Storm blue line for Shabinski. As Ilya Shabinski will just leave it for McFadden. 1:08 left to go in this Guelph power play. Stevens out for Beauchene. Beauchene tried to dangle his way through over the line, but the Rangers do clear. This is a big moment for the Storm. They have the 16th best power play in the OHL at just 18.3% as we get a whistle to blow play dead. Rangers, though, their penalty kill sitting at 10th overall at 79.6%.
On this Storm team, they got to get it going on the power play. Just 5 for 30 in the month of January. That's about 17%. You're not winning hockey games when your power play is clicking at under 20%.
No, you're not, especially against the competition that the Storm, as we said before, will be seeing not only just to end this week, but to begin next week, Mark. You want to have your special teams be a special aspect of your game. And so far this season, it hasn't been clicking, especially in last month in January. But turn a new leaf in February, and that's what the Storm are trying to do right now. So only 38 seconds left to do on a power play, stuck in their own end.
And it's got to be puck discipline, puck protection here, particularly on the power play, knowing how deadly the Rangers can even be on the shorthanded side of the puck.
Yeah, they've been ferocious shorthanded. There's a shot in the slot that time by Belahorski that goes wide. Miedema will get this back, trying to avoid the forecheck from Lamb. On his backhand is Ethan Miedema. Miedema over the line. Miedema able to kick it out for Serlin. Here's Serlin. Serlin drinks it back. Shot on. Save made by Schaubel. Miedema couldn't clean up the garbage. As Jenkin gets it for Serlin. Serlin a shot. Save made by Schaubel. He finds the rebound and covers it as the power play has expired.
Miedema has a knack for doing this. The way he's got that long reach, 6'4", 212. He can carry the puck on a string right through that right wing side, get it into the zone. He ends up causing a collision between two Rangers players, and it ends up opening up quite the lane going toward the net down that right wing side, and it ends up opening a couple of opportunities for the Storm there.
So face-off here in the Rangers' end. Parker Snellgrove, whose nice face-off win helped set up that opening goal from Rowan Top. But Snellgrove's going to be kicked out, and taking it is Mark Pace for the Storm against Christian Humphreys. And Humphreys, one of the better face-off men in the OHL, wins that face-off for Kitchener. Snellgrove, he is a man possessed here in this first period for Guelph. Good work, though, and skating by Christian Humphreys to find some open ice and make a pass for Pridham. As Arquette will chip this into the Guelph end. Arquette trying to get away from Beauchene, who finishes it off. And there's a feed that went out in front. Just Rangers couldn't get it on target. As Campbell, that pass comes outside the Guelph zone. So the Storm will come back here with Pate. Pate, he throws it on, steered wide by Schaubel. Campbell left it for Reid. Reid will backhand it, but not out. It'll come for Spada. Spada shot hits the traffic in front. Off to Beauchene. Beauchene, he'll throw one through that gets knocked down by Cameron Reid. Clearing attempt there by Arquette. Doesn't get out. As the Rangers get it back and finally get it out of their own blue line, but only for a moment before the Storm send the puck back in the Rangers' own end. With 2:26 left to go here in the first period. A first period that's really been controlled by Guelph so far, Mark.
This is an excellent road performance by the Storm here so far, but they know they got to play the full 60.
As McNeil, he'll backhand it into the Guelph end. top the goal scorer, looking for Jenkins. His clearing attempt. There's a by Vermeulen shot, and there's Anstice put sprawling through to get the puck. In his possession is Colin Ellsworth.
Ellsworth having to dive on that puck. Avery Anstice in the vicinity, trying to get to that puck, sitting there in the blue paint, as we'll see just a simple play there by Vermeulen, and Anstice just unable to get to that puck. It looked like Ellsworth kind of boxed him out to get his stick over to that side, and Ellsworth is able to swallow that puck up nicely.
Well, we've talked about, Ellsworth, this is his first time seeing the Rangers this year. He's had his struggles this season. That's a huge save made here late in the first period. As McNeil, he got a late goal against Guelph back here on January the 18th. That was a huge one for the Rangers to head into the second period. Can he maybe have some of that magic come through again? The Storm don't want to see that, and they want to continue this good momentum, as there is Hopkins. Rides his man into the wall. Off now for LaBrache. LaBrache has to corral it cleanly on his forehand. His cross-ice pass is not on target, but Bilecki helps out. Anstice here for Vermeulen. Vermeulen met with a stick up high by Jenkins. Top ran into LaBrache there. They'll come for Belahorski, who flips it out of his own end. Try to get it back into the Kitchener end are the Storm, but good work by Vermeulen to get a hold of it for the Rangers. Here comes Kitchener with Matt Andonovski. Andonovski will just shovel one with one hand into the Guelph end. Beauchene for Spada. Spada will flip this into the air, trying to spring Shabinski. Andonovski gets their first big collision in the end wall. As there's Wysick spinning around, he's able to get it onto the tape here of Shabinski, but he met by Matt Andonovski, trying to kick the puck forward for Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly will send it in the opposite direction here for Sherratt. Falling down on the pass, Shabinski try to get it to the point and does for Spada. Spada couldn't find Wysick cleanly behind the Kitchener net, as O'Reilly couldn't corral it cleanly. Now Sherratt's got it for Kitchener with 34 seconds left to go in the first period. O'Reilly couldn't spring himself forward as he turns the puck over in the Guelph end. As Serlin takes a shot there by Sherratt. Here's Woolley on the cross-ice feed for Reid. There for Edwards. Now with it, Edwards brings it back. Blocked it away, though, by Ellsworth. 15 seconds left to go in the first period, and the Rangers maybe make some magic. No, the Storm able to clear. This puck will go the length of the ice and be icing against Guelph with 8 seconds exactly left in the first.
That's a late scramble there for the Rangers, just trying to get on the board in this last minute. Just 5 shots on goal on Colin Ellsworth here. He hasn't been tested too often. With O'Reilly on the ice and his face-off prowess, I would imagine he's going to try to get this one right to the point and try to get a quick one on net.
Now the Rangers going to try to get quick pucks on here. Don't have much time. 8 seconds exactly left in the first period. O'Reilly does get it to the point. Reid here for Campbell. Back to Reid. Reid, he throws it through. That's deflected off the Storm stick wide. Jamming away at the side of the net there was O'Reilly, but the horn goes to end the period. And as expected with these Highway 7 rivals, Afrakis Serlin got a stick up high there on Gabe Sherratt, as the officials will try to get this separated. But the Storm have a strong first period, and they're up 1-0 on Kitchener.
Just an excellent job by the Storm here, just putting pressure on, getting pucks through traffic. A lot of point shots in particular from the Storm here in the first 20 minutes of play.
Mark, let's take a look at these shots on goal here after our opening frame.
Well, looking at the shots on goal through 20 minutes, Storm 10, Rangers 5, and the Storm have the icebreaker. That goal from Rowan Top, a howitzer from the point, the only one to tickle the twine here in the first 20 minutes.
Tensions beginning to flare here in this Highway 7 rivalry. And when we come back from break, our Sean Fafaro will be joined by Toronto Maple Leafs prospect and Guelph Storm forward Tyler Hopkins, as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
The Village Caterer provides catering and services for all occasions, from business lunches to backyard barbecues, and to large events like weddings and community events. Let the Village Caterer help you make your event one you and your guests will never forget. Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
Hello, just want to remind you that Lions TV Bingo is on Mondays here on Rogers TV, starting at 8, running till 9.
And we're off like a herd of turtles.
Holy sugar gold 29. Same great show, lots of prizes given away, and lots of funny little trivia along the way. Please join us 8 o'clock every Monday right here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Dave Carroll. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on Rogers TV, we have a brand new show called About Brant with Dave Carroll. We're going to be talking about Brant and the different areas of the community that makes Brantford, Brant County Six Nations tick. We're going to be talking with people from all sorts of different areas and helping us understand the community we have better. Every Thursday, 8 p.m., About Brant with Dave Carroll right here on Rogers TV.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV. Storm leading the Rangers by a score of 1-0 at the end of one period of play. I am down here at ice level with Tyler Hopkins from the Guelph Storm. And Tyler, how important is it to get that first goal at a place with 7,000 people on a Friday night?
Yeah, it's huge. Kind of slow down the momentum of the crowd that a lot of teams try to play with. So scoring that first goal for us was huge, and we're looking to build off that going into the second.
You're about 4 weeks now since the trade, spending time in Guelph. How's the adjustment been in the Royal City with both the ice, the systems, the fans, the new billet family?
Yeah, it's been a different change, but it's been really good. All the boys, all the coaching staff, everybody around has been really welcoming. Made it really easy right from when I got there. So it's been a lot of fun, and looking to keep building with this team moving forward.
Was it a little bit easier for you knowing that you had Grant Spada there and a former teammate?
Yeah, he was. That was huge having him there. Kind of was an easy into the group. One of my longtime buddies. So having him here is it's really special to kind of get to reunite with him. And it's been a good change so far.
An exciting summer for you, obviously drafted in the NHL draft by the Toronto Maple Leafs. What did it mean to you to be drafted by the Leafs?
Yeah, I don't know if I could have picked a better place to go growing up around the GTA, watching the Leafs growing up. It was pretty special. It was a day that me and my family will never forget.
I mentioned that you were former teammates with Grant Spada. That was on the Halton Hurricanes team. There was a defenseman on that team by the name of Matthew Schaefer who went on to do some good things. Now, you were one of the leading goal scorers on that team, I think with 37, and only one player had more than you. Do you remember who that was?
Yeah, I do. That might have been Tanner Lamb.
What was it like playing with Tanner on the Hurricanes?
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a really good team there. A lot of those guys I keep in touch with pretty consistently, Lammer being one of them. So, it was a lot of fun and a lot of good memories with those guys.
You got a bit of a taste of this rivalry now, Kitchener and Guelph. It's pretty intense out there after 20 minutes. What are you going to do for the next 40 for the Storm to come out with the win? Yeah,
I think just kind of continuing the way that we were playing there. I thought we kind of brought it to Kitchener early. We were physical, weren't passing up checks, so I think continue to check, be above pucks, and continue to play hard, and I think we'll have a good outcome here today.
Great start for the game for the Storm. Good luck for the next 40 minutes. Thanks for taking time with us.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We got a special interview with Helen Fishburne coming up from CMHA right after this.
The Village Caterer provides catering and services for all occasions, from business lunches to backyard barbecues, and to large events like weddings and community events. Let the Village Caterer help you make your event one you and your guests will never forget. Brought to you by the Kitchener-Waterloo Home and Garden Show. The region's largest home show runs Friday, March 27th to Sunday, March 29th. There's no place like home with the Kitchener-Waterloo Home and Garden Show at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee program.
Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the War Amps CHAMP program possible. Thank you.
Behold Emily Carr, painter, about to encounter the force that will consume her life.
How tightly they sealed their secrets from me, humble and pleading before the great trees, awaiting the invitation from the Spirit to come meet me halfway. Nothing is still now, everything is alive. At last, I knew I must see through the eye of the totem itself, the mythic eye of the forest.
Seldom able to live by her brush, before she died in 1945, Emily Carr was in the first rank of Canadian painters.
This is my country. What I want to express is here, and I love it. Amen.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV. Storm leading the Rangers by a score of 1-0. I am joined down at ice level by my friend Helen Fishburne, the CEO of CMHA Waterloo Wellington. We were just having a blast watching the Timbits kids here. I know you're here. We're celebrating the Talk Today program. I know what it is, but maybe you can explain to our viewers what it is.
Yeah, so the Talk Today program is all about how we're supporting players, managing the extreme pressure that they're under as, pseudo-professional athletes. And everything that goes with that. And we do a training program for players, we do training programs for coaches and trainers, but honestly it goes beyond the rink, right? It goes out into the community because the Rangers are real heroes for our young people especially. We just saw the Timbits walk by and they idolize them, right?
Yeah, those are the hockey stars of tomorrow. And you and I talked about this before the game, that this is bigger than the OHL. It's great that you have the partnership, and maybe you can explain why that partnership's so important, but the reach is so much bigger than the OHL.
The partnership is so important because, first of all, we want the players to be healthy and managing. They learn and they have incredible skills in hockey, but no one really teaches them how to manage the pressure and the expectations they put on themselves. To get to this level of hockey, it's a lot, and there's a mental component, there's an emotional component, they're away from their families, many of them, so that part is really important. But you're right, it extends to the community because they are heroes for a lot of our community. They're role models, so when they go out to the community, they go to schools and community events and talk about mental health and really talk about the importance of taking care of yourself. That's a much bigger reach than what we can do. It's such an important message from them.
And mental health has been in the forefront. I am such a big proponent of always taking care of your mental health, first and foremost, with everything. I was doing a little reading about this program, and I learned about the Safe Talk program and the Assist program. Maybe you can just explain to our viewers a bit about those two programs.
Sure. So in the community, we have programs that are available to anyone. You can just be a next-door neighbor, a coach, just a concerned citizen who wants to learn more. So Safe Talk is a 3-hour program where you learn some basic skills on how to identify somebody who is at risk. And then an Assist program is a full 2-day program where you're really learning those skills at a deeper level. And again, it's all about how to help people and respond to them when they might be showing signs that they're not doing well. So what to say, how to intervene, how to support, how to get them to help. They're incredible programs, and it just arms our community with a different school, kind of a toolkit.
Looking back to the relationship with the OHL teams, I know that each team has a mental health coach and a mental health champion. Maybe you can explain about those two roles.
Yeah, so the champion is somebody on the team. So one of our Kitchener Rangers would basically put his hand up to say, you know what, if guys are struggling, they're not doing well, they're not processing all of this pressure and emotions and all the things that they have to do, come talk to me. I'm a safe place. It's not a coach, it's not a trainer, it's one of them. So he kind of puts his hand up and the team knows who that is. And then that coach has a link to one of our staff. And that's the bridge to help. So our staff is then responsible for working with that champion on the team to make sure that whatever he's bringing forward, whatever the concerns are, whoever needs some support in that moment, we're there with the support. So it's really a great opportunity, again, because we're not in the dressing room, we're not in those moments, we're not on the bus rides home, you know, so the player is there to flag it, to be that safe person, but we're in the background ready to help when needed.
I think this is a great program. We talk about this every year, and I love that we highlight this. If people want more information on this, where can they find some info online?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, you'll see Talk Today. But we also want to remind people that we're here to support our community, right? So if anyone is struggling, it's a tough time out there. There's lots of negative news stories and lots of people not doing well. So please call us at Here 24/7. So that's here247.ca. People can reach out by phone, by text. We're literally available 24/7 for our community. So Talk Today is for the players, but we're also here for our broader community. And thank you so much for your support. It means the world to us.
Well, always. I've had family that's had to use Here 24/7, and I do know that you are there 24/7. So if you didn't catch those, where to find that online, message me, okay, at Sean Ferfaro, or my email that we give all the time, seanferfaro@gmail.com, and I will put you directly in touch with Helen. And I'll be the champion for you. Helen, thank you so much, and please enjoy the rest of the night here.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Hey, it's Chris and Cam, host of What's Buzzin' here. Man, we are so excited. We're back for another season.
Season 3, baby. We are back for more. We have so many amazing guests that have joined us so far and so many amazing guests coming up. Fun vibes all around.
Some bickering back and forth because we love to do that a little bit. So why don't you come join us Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. right here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm so happy to have these prosthetic legs. I wear them every day so I can do all the things I love to do. I like to hike, skate, and do gymnastics. Because of your donations, Lamps is able to give me these devices. When you donate, you help kids like me. Thank you.
Hi, Pastor Mark here. Join us each and every week on Sundays. All are welcome, no exceptions. That is St. Peter's Church, every Sunday at 11 a.m. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Mondays at 6 p.m., we're bringing an exciting new show to you, Inside Brant with Armanda. You can look forward to it to find out what's going on in Brant County. And we will have all kinds of local artisans and tons of stuff that your family can enjoy. So if it's happening here in Brant County, you can be sure to see it here, 6 p.m. every Monday on Inside Brant.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV. They mixed it up with the Flood and the Timbit game, so the Red Hot Timbit action is over. But let's take a look at the action from the first period. Only one goal in the first period. It came at the 13:48 mark. You're going to see a great face-off win here from Snellgrove over to Hapanenko, right back to Rowan Top. And man, what a point shot right there. I was right behind him. I saw the perfect angle on this. You'll get a good look at it over here again. Top corner there. Rowan Top gets his second of the year with a quick release after a quick face-off win. The Storm with an edge in shots, 10-5. We will take one more break. Be back with the out-of-town scores and more. You're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV.
Hello, your cell phone. How can I help?
Adults I need somebody, not just anybody. Won't you please, 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 please help me?
the story. When the RCAF said Mach 2 fighter, 2 place 1,000-mile range, the British said it was impossible. The Yanks tried twice and failed. They said, you're dreaming. We said, fine, we'll build it right here in Toronto. And now you guys, my guys, are saying that it can't be done, that they were right?
Now, that's the rocket that we use to get the model up to speed, and then the onboard sensor tells me.
Come on, baby.
Damn it! But we did it according to your specs. The specs have changed.
We did it.
Arrow 201. And you're cleared for takeoff.
Although the government cancelled the project and destroyed the prototypes, the Avro Arrow remains for Canada a world benchmark in aerospace achievement.
God bless you, Dr. Kazumba Charles here. I will be bringing you the Word of God right here on Rogers Cable TV every Sundays at 10 a.m. You don't want to miss. I'll bring the Word of God in context. I'll bring a refreshing Word that brings healing and restoration. And we're going to teach from the context of the Word of God that changes our lives. Every Sunday, catch me right here on Rogers TV as I bring you Kingdom Insight.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV. Storm leading 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. This is a busy game in the OHL tonight. 8 games going on. Let's take a look at the other 7 right now. Barrie and Brampton are scoreless. Kingston is up 4-0 on Owen Sound. Saginaw is leading Erie 2-1. If Erie loses that game and Kitchener wins, Kitchener will officially clinch a playoff spot. Windsor and Sudbury and Sarnia and Oshawa are scoreless. Niagara and London, we've switched it already, but Niagara and London 3-1. Now, Niagara and London often trade partners. Unconfirmed reports that before the game tonight, Niagara offered to trade Ryan Robrick for a 4th-round draft pick and a Western hoodie along with 2 Stanley mugs. And, they were going to jump at it, but unfortunately the trade deadline passed 4 weeks ago. Also, Flint up 2-0 on Sault Ste. Marie. As we get set for the second period, we'll throw it upstairs. Here are...
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
They're passing around Stanley mugs for trade bait? Are you kidding me? And I didn't get a phone call?
Anything can happen in the OHL, Mark, as we look there at Jeff Krizakis here on the bench. Very special day for Jeff Krizakis as well. It is his birthday.
Ooh, happy birthday.
Well, the Kitchener Rangers, though, Mark, a period they may want to forget. Not really much offense generated, only the 5 shots put on Colin Ellsworth, and the Guelph Storm have themselves a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play.
And when you look at those 5 shots they have put on Colin Ellsworth, one was really of the high percentage variety. That one where Anstis is in front of the net, where you just throw it toward the net and see what happens. Everything else, they haven't really challenged Ellsworth all that much here tonight. They got to change that in this next 40.
Well, you know that UC Hopkins definitely gave the Rangers a interesting chat, as there's an icing call early here, just 11 seconds into the second period.
And if you're the Guelph Storm, meantime, you just got to continue on what you have been doing. You have been the better team through 20 minutes of play, and it's interesting to see in games like this where you have the top team in the Western Conference and a team that is kind of in the bottom of the West when it comes to playoff positioning, whether it's the top team playing down to their competition or the lower team playing up to the competition. It's really an interesting dynamic.
Well, Guelph usually does have a good first period against the Kitchener Rangers, but we'll see what they do the rest of the way as that shot from Campbell gets deflected wide. For O'Reilly, a backhander out in front, couldn't find his man. As Dylan Edwards looking for Sherratt, trying to the puck, caught up in his skates, couldn't get it away. There's a good chance for a Woolley save made by Ellsworth. Rebound there for O'Reilly, couldn't get his shot away as his stick was held. As the Storm want to get going here with Spada. Can't do it. Beauchene, he turns it over. And the Rangers will counter here with O'Reilly. O'Reilly's got Sherratt going to the net, and the saucer pass. Couldn't connect there was Sherratt. Andonovski here for Sherratt. Sherratt out on the far ring. Sherratt, nice pass to Jared Woolley. As Woolley will wait. Woolley a shot. Try to get a redirect there by O'Reilly. Couldn't turn it towards Ellsworth. And then the Storm with Spada for Beauchene. Edwards trying to fight the puck away there, and he does win it back for Kitchener. Out for Woolley. What a glove save made by Colin Ellsworth.
Point blank. Great job by the Rangers working in below the goal line, just trying to move this puck around. Feed right into the mid slot, and Colin Ellsworth with the leather.
And the focus and the precision there from Colin Ellsworth. That was a very difficult save to make that he made look very easy.
That's a confidence boost type of save. As I talked about, Ellsworth having a bit of a low-end kind of season and hasn't really seen a whole lot of time on the ice lately. That's a confidence boost right there to make a save like that.
He's definitely not looking like a guy with a .271 record and a 4.63 goals against average. That was an elite level save by the backup Guelph netminder. As Arquette, he'll go cross ice. Quick passing here by the Rangers as they want to get it back to Pridham. Couldn't find him that time. The Rangers will try to ring this around. Jenkins got a stick in the lane, and Top collides with Cameron Reid. As Belahorski couldn't glove it down cleanly. The Storm do clear out of their own end. Humphreys got it to Campbell. Campbell will shoot in. Minamo will finish off a check nicely on Carson Campbell. As Ellsworth will send it around Pridham. He's got it here for Humphreys. Humphreys shot, he just fired it wide. A total bullet by Humphreys, but couldn't put it on Ellsworth. Reid will leave it for Humphreys. Humphreys, one-timer, score! It's Jack Pridham, right place, right time, and give the Blackhawk prospect his 32nd of the season. We're tied at 1.
And this all comes as a result of the Rangers opening up space as Reid will feed it up top to the far side. And as he does that, you just see the man sneak away from the traffic. Pridham sees a bit of a spot there, gets away from in front of the net, all that traffic in that slot. And that's where Ellsworth's eyes was for a little bit, wondering if that shot is going to come through traffic. Pridham says, no, I'm coming down this way, down the left side, and he rifles it to tie this game.
Jack Pridham now 64 points on the season, 32 goals, 32 assists. And that comes at a huge time here for the Kitchener Rangers. A much better start for the Rangers in the second than they had in the first. So Guelph, they'll easily take pinning this puck up on the end wall as they try to dig it free there with Stevens, but he turned it over to Kitchener. As Babbitt got a stick in the way. Now it comes here for Wysick. Down low for Stevens. Back to Wysick. Wysick will just throw it off the wall. Couldn't get a redirect on through. Tanner Lamb. He wants to counter for the Rangers. Lamb over the line. Lamb took a shot up high there by Shabinsky. Babbitt, he is crushed by Lamb. As the Rangers try to send this around. Comes back out in front. Couldn't get a shot away was Ellis. As Stevens, he'll counterattack, but the Rangers take the Storm off the puck. Comes for Weston Cameron. Now to Tanner Lamb. Lamb will flip it into the Guelph end. Lamb had his progress upended there by Shabinsky. As now the Storm with Babbitt. Babin will dangle his way into Kitchener territory. Off for Wysick. Wysick here at the near wall. Wysick's pass will come to Spada. Spada shot. That's blocked. It'll come to Snellgrove now. Snellgrove is shot through traffic, but Schaubel sees it for the save.
Habanenko parked in front, just trying to cause a little bit of havoc as Spada gets a couple of shots in there, blocked. Spada's been a type of player that, again, as we talked about before, the defense has been coming in red hot for the Guelph Storm when it comes to goal scoring lately. As I mentioned before, Spade has been a big part of that, and he's been shooting the puck more. I would imagine that in the last month, he has shot the puck more than he has all season long, and it's paid dividends for him.
Also with that goal, Mark, Jack Pridham's on that 12-game point streak. It continues here with the beautiful one-timer goal, his 32nd of the season to tie the game. And we've seen Miedema take a penalty here, so the Rangers are on the power play. That's Tanner Lamb. He goes cross ice. Driving his way in there was Edwards. Save made by Ellsworth. Come to Lamb. Lamb couldn't corral it at the blue line as McKenzie tried to send that puck up ice and also nearly got a piece too of Lamb. As Reid will peel back. Reid takes a shot there from Snellgrove, but nice stick handling by the Ranger captain. Off to Tanner Lamb. Lamb, little head fake, but Serlin got a piece of that and nearly sprung Snellgrove inadvertently. Spin move there from Humphreys to get away from Serlin. Open ice now for Dylan Edwards. Edwards will throw it around his own net. Humphreys will backhand it here for Dylan Edwards with 1:10 left to go on this Kitchener power play. Reid. Right back for Humphreys. Down to Edwards. Back to Humphreys. Couldn't enter the zone as O'Reilly will have to be sent back. Good work by the Guelph penalty because they've really owned their own blue line here with the Rangers on the power play so far tonight.
Yeah, it's stacking that blue line. 3 men up and just cause a forecheck.
Here's O'Reilly with the drive. O'Reilly, wrap around, and he hit the outside of the post. Just lost his edge as he was trying to complete the wraparound. O'Reilly put on the afterburners, just couldn't light the lamp.
That was close. Just a toe tap away.
32 seconds left on the Kitchener power play, so Jared Woolley will give it a try. Off here for Bilecki. Now over the lines, Hayden Ellis. Ellis couldn't get a clean pass. Bilecki will break on through. Ellis couldn't get that puck. Woolley will finish his check off, but here's McKenzie sprung. McKenzie out wide. McKenzie losing his stick there as McKenzie. That's going to be a penalty coming up to Kitchener. The Rangers will touch up here, so we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 8 seconds before the Storm get a power play.
That's as clear as day of a slash for sure, as McKenzie will carry the puck around below the goal line. He's just trying to kill off some time, and the defender comes in and just slashes the stick right out of his hand. That's going to be called every day and twice on Friday nights.
Well, it's Gabe Sherratt that is the player with the infraction here against the Kitchener Rangers. So Guelph 8 seconds away from a power play. So that is a huge break here for the Storm. And trying to get some of that momentum back that they had throughout the first 20 minutes, Mark.
Yeah, we'll see if this open ice benefits the Rangers or the Storm. Who's got the legs?
We already played over 5 minutes of this second period. Guelph just a one shot on Jason Schabel. But now with Edom out of the penalty box, there's a chance for Belahorski off the stick, though, of Cameron Reid.
And that's a confident play from Belahorski. You can tell that he potted a couple of goals in yesterday's game. That's just a confident play. Get to the top of the slot. Find a lane, you're moving a little bit more toward the left, and just take that shot.
Face-off now in the Kitchener end with the Storm on the power play for 1:48. Rangers win the face-off. Campbell gets it for Andonovski. Good clear by Pregame as he just bounces this puck. Dribbler that had to be blocker down by Ellsworth. As Jenkins start this rush out. Nice pass by Jenkins. A stretch one at that. Miedema trying to cut, and Campbell able to get back and cut off the angle. And then Pregame poked the puck here to the far corner. Serlin and Andonovski will do battle as well. A host of Rangers in Storm. Does get to the point for Jenkins. Now to Wysick. Wysick, he'll go down low. Miedema tried to jam it home. Save made by Schabel, and the rebound was sent wide. And Andonovski clears. Good work by the Rangers penalty killers, including their last resort as a penalty killer, their goaltender, Jason Schabel. 59 seconds left to go on this Guelph power play. Gonna weave his way through. That time is Hopkins. He's knocked off the puck as Humphreys wisely will just dump the puck into the Guelph end to eat up as much time remaining on this Storm power play. Very heads-up hockey IQ play. You could see he thought about maybe driving forward, but the Storm bring it back here with Szczebinski. Backhanded by Szczebinski. Shot on! Save made by Schabel, and he denied Stevens on the rebound.
Stevens goes right toward the net there, knowing that puck is coming into his vicinity. Gets a stick on it, but better save by Schabel.
Schabel, his third sensational sprawl-out save of tonight's contest. Szczebinski gets away from McNeil. Here's Szczebinski. Backhand by Szczebinski for Hopkins, and he skied it.
Storm really pressing on this man advantage. Couple of great chances there. Hopkins with the latest one. And it's all about puck movement. Simple North hockey as Szczebinski just winning a puck battle. That's a simple puck battle win along the half wall. Get below the goal line, sees Hopkins loose, get it onto his stick. Hopkins gets the shot.
Here's Szczebinski, a shot that goes wide. Rebound came right off that bouncy end wall, but Campbell tied it up. Final 5 seconds of this Guelph power play. Arquette, and he'll make sure no more harm for the Storm in the Ranger end. We're back to even strength. As Beauchene. Try to get it there for Stevens. It leads to an offside call. And that will take us to break, where we're tied at 1 between the Storm and the Rangers, as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
When the pressure's on, you need the right law firm, a legal team that protects your goals and drives results. Learners, we are always on your team.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
The Cruise TV brings you the people and stories behind the coolest cars on the road. Don't miss the Cruise TV, Sundays at 7 p.m.
I need to show you this goal from the AHL the other night. This is the most Luca goal you'll ever see. What I mean, for the Cleveland Monsters, Luca Del Bel Belluz used to play in Mississauga and Sarnia, scored with the assist to Luca Pinelli, who formerly played in Ottawa, and Luca Morelli, who played in Oshawa. It's a Luca goal, and here's a fun fact. Luca Del Bel Belluz, when he grew up, was next door neighbors with Rangers manager of communications, Luca Lombardi. I can't make this up. Back up to you guys.
Whole lot of Lucas. I like to hear that. As the Rangers want to build off this tying goal from Pridham early in the second period. As it'll come to LaBrache. LaBrache a feed off there for Reid. A good chance, but off the stick there of Beauchene as Cameron Reid gets knocked down, actually by Rowan Topp. As the Storm, they want to exit their own zone. Can't do it yet. Cameron Reid will track the puck down. Reid out on the far side. Reid a shot that's skied wide, and Reid got hit high up in the face. It was grabbing his face, but seems to be okay. LaBrache on the near boards will send it around. Foot pass there by Reid. No Ranger was set for the puck. As Campbell will just throw it off the wall, as O'Reilly and his line were coming on for Kitchener. And O'Reilly nearly got a turnover on the poor clearing attempt there by Ellsworth out of his crease. Spin and fire. O'Reilly tipped in front that time by Anstis. Just didn't get enough on it to go over the goal line. As there's O'Reilly, he'll make a U-turn back to the point for Campbell. As he dishes it out. Shot there, goes just wide. It'll come here for Campbell again. As Edwards tries to get a piece of it and does, sends it around the Guelph net. O'Reilly will pinch in, but can't make anything happen with it. And Andonovski's got it off to Jared Woolley. That's Woolley off here. Here's Edwards streaking out of the breakaway. Dylan Edwards dangles in, shot good, save made by Ellsworth, denying Edwards on the breakaway. As Andonovski, his shot is blocked. Comes back to Woolley. Woolley scores! Tipped in front by Dylan Edwards. Dang, Dylan. Kitchener's up 2-1.
A breakdown on defense for Guelph. And the Rangers pay after Ellsworth bails out his team. The puck retrieval by the Rangers keeps it in the zone. And just being hungry for the puck pays dividends there as Woolley gets that one right through and off the stick of Edwards and right by Colin Ellsworth to give the Rangers their first lead of the night.
Well, Dylan Edwards would not be denied. Yes, he was shut down on the breakaway by Colin Ellsworth, but right place, right time with the stick placement, and he makes this a 2-1 Ranger lead as Dylan Edwards gets himself his 28th of the season. So now we'll see what pushback Guelph can have. Here's Beauchene, a shot that's blocked in front, and Beauchene able to track down the puck and glide it around the Kitchener net, but he lost control of it as Woolley, he'll go cross ice. Rangers will glove it down, they'll say offside against Kitchener.
Well, historically, this is the period that Storm fans, they don't really like all that much. This is one of those periods where the Storm, even if they have a lead going into the second, you get those long changes. You have the opposition, keeping you pinned in for minutes at a time. Sooner or later, you have guys that are on the ice for a minute and a half, minute and 40 seconds, and they make you pay. The Storm coming into tonight, minus 25 goal differential in the second. In the first, it's -1. In the third, it's -3. So you can see where the big issue is when it comes to the Storm and trying to keep the puck out of their own net.
You're saying the Storm got to play better in the second period, and things tend to go their way, Mark.
Yeah,
basically.
More often than not.
Well, we saw that just yesterday afternoon. They played a really good second period. What happened? Got a win out of it.
Yep.
So the Rangers trying to build off this nice momentum that they've got with these 2 unanswered goals. But here's Wysick over the line for the Storm. Wysick driven it hard into the wall by Bilecki, but Wysick looks to be okay as he popped up very quickly. You could hear the thud of that hit up here in the broadcast booth. Rangers will counter Humphries. He'll go cross ice. And that's another offside call against the Rangers. They couldn't time the pass to Pridham.
And again, that last goal comes off of that defensive breakdown. There is nobody down Main Street, and the Rangers are able to take it right in on a breakaway. And you're seeing here the response from the Storm trying to equalize here, is trying to put some pressure here on Jason Schaubel. They got to send it the other way. They got to give the Rangers a bit more of that medicine that they have been fed all season long. Force them into their own zone. Force them to take those extended shifts and tire them out.
Lamb. Pass here for Ellis. Hayden Ellis trying to make something happen himself, but Ellis had the puck just get too far away from him. Now Weston Cameron driven into the wall there by Hopkins. Ellis kind of backhanded around. Ellis will actually go on the forehand as he makes the feed out for Cameron. At the point to Reid. Cameron Reid, nice spin move by Reid. Reid to Carson Campbell. Campbell shot, pad save made by Ellsworth on a pretty passing play by Kitchener, leading to a counterattack for the Storm as they drop it back, that time for Hopkins, and he sent one high and wide. Weston Cameron battling there with Belahorski. Top takes a tunnel there and turns it over. Here's Lamb streaking on the breakaway. Tanner Lamb, and he lost control of the puck after he finished off the deke. Oh, pretty stick handling by Lamb, just couldn't put it over the goal line. As Vermeulen to the point for Andonovski. Andonovski shot save made by Ellsworth. Puck is loose, and Ellsworth able to see it around the crease.
There's a little bit more pushing and shoving after the whistle as we see the Rangers continuing to put it on here on Ellsworth. Lamb with a glorious opportunity, and just unable to put it by Ellsworth, and just gobbling the puck up to the Storm. And Lamb, again, just handcuffed, trying to go backhand to forehand there. That's one of those things where you look back at those opportunities, it keeps it 2-1. You can't let the Storm crawl back into games like this. If you have an opportunity to put the pedal to the metal, as we talked about in our game notes before the game, you got to do it. You got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Well, Woolley had a shot that was blocked, then finished off his check, and that puck goes into the seats. Heads up, everyone.
Pretty sure a one-handed catch was made just down there. Put 6 rows up. Well, pitchers and catchers report next week, guys.
It is also Super Bowl Sunday this weekend, so good hand-eye coordination, and Jared Woolley's had himself a real nice game, too, for the Kitchener Rangers, and it was his shot from the point that got tipped by Dylan Edwards that's given the Kitchener Rangers this 2-1 lead.
By the way, who do you got on Sunday?
A good game. That's what I hope for. I am not rooting for anyone in this game. This is a Super Bowl that I have not much interest in. But let's hope everyone has a good game, and the commercials look good. So that's a win. It's always Bills or nothing.
Wow.
Offside against Kitchener.
I'll leave my pick out of it, but let's just say I got a rooting interest on Sunday.
I know who you're rooting for, Mark. There you see Andrew Vermeulen. And you know, Mark, my way up to the booth, Ranger rookie Weston Cameron. I've seen more Weston Cameron jerseys around. He's quite developing a nice following after the last time we saw him here at the Memorial Auditorium with that scrap against Ben Pickle.
It's a way to endear yourself to a fan base, let me tell you.
Just the beginning of what looks like to be a bright future, too, for Weston Cameron here in Kitchener.
And guys, he's only 6 foot. He's 6'4", and he is young. He's going to fill into that body very nicely, and he is going to be a force in this league.
You only wonder how good his rookie campaign would be if he didn't miss basically all of November, as that puck is offside against Guelph.
And it's interesting, and he's a New Year's baby too.
Yeah.
I have to look around, see if he was the first one born in his hospital.
Wow. That could be a big prize, yes.
Was his birth a news story, is the question.
We'll have to get maybe Sean Fafaro on the case on that one.
Yeah, I show up here one night and I'm giving Sean some homework. Sorry, Sean.
Rangers win the face-off, as they've really controlled the face-off circle here tonight. Winning now 22-13 versus Guelph. Galecki. Give it around. And McNeil able to flip this one into the Guelph end, just block her down easily by Ellsworth. Owen Top, the Guelph goal scorer, will head up ice. Top though, try to push it forward for McKenzie. McNeil will send it back as Serlin will kick it onto his stick blade for the Storm. Leo Serlin, attacking it here for Top. That puck was broken up. Rangers will get it here out on the wing. There's Pridham, a shot, and that one deflected just wide on that quick release from Pridham. O'Reilly off the wall to Bilecki. Alexander Bilecki, little head fake off to Dylan Edwards. Edwards will go for a skate. Dylan Edwards fakes the shot. Edwards shot, save made there by Ellsworth. The puck just stood and stopped behind the Guelph net. And now the Storm will pick it up with McKenzie. Try to spring Serlin on the breakaway. Couldn't find him cleanly. Missed opportunity there for Guelph. And there's too many men on the ice. As the Storm got caught up in a line change, Mark.
Yeah, and that's just that miscommunication. Again, Serlin unable to get sprung on the breakaway, and instead of trying to chase after the puck as goaltender Schabel was going after it, decides to peel off, and Schabel just puts it right into that danger area. And the officials had all eyes on those changes and saw one too many for the Storm.
Now it'll be Ethan Miedema that serves it. Let's look at the penalty right here,
Let's count them up here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep, 7 players.
Can't have that many on the ice.
And you're in that area, too, where, sure, you get a little bit of leeway depending on how close you are to the door if you're in the midst of that line change, but they were a little bit too far away from that door.
Yes, they were, and that cost the Storm, and Kitchener's back on the power play. Rangers go 0 for 3 on the man advantage so far tonight. Miedema will serve the penalty for Guelph, as Edwards gets it back to Reid. Cameron Reid, nice little move there by Cameron Reid. His head fakes have gotten so much better. Reid will drop it back for Dylan Edwards to showcase his speed. Edwards shoots it around the Storm net, as the Rangers will pinch in that time with O'Reilly. Humphreys will send it back the opposite direction, trying to keep it in the Guelph end, and they will with Tanner Lamb as they backhand it around. Humphreys here for Edwards. Edwards couldn't control it cleanly, and the Storm clear with Beauchene. As Schabel will just leave this. Schabel will drop it back for Reid. Reid, and he does well to avoid the stick work there from Shabinsky. As Humphreys over the line. Humphreys shoots it in before the hit came from Spada. Lamb will wrap up top, as Dylan Edwards will get into the fray as well. Rough hit coming on from Spada on O'Reilly. Spada really giving some good cross checks. Now Reid. A lot of ice to work with for Reid. Reid for O'Reilly. Sam O'Reilly off the wall to Tanner Lamb. Lamb backhands it for Cameron Reid. Reid for Lamb. Lamb for O'Reilly. O'Reilly behind the Storm net. O'Reilly out in front there for Edwards, but he sent it just wide. Come to Humphreys at the point. Humphreys weaving his way through. Humphreys finds Tanner Lamb. Off to O'Reilly. Cross ice, too strong for Christian Humphreys with 13 seconds left on this Kitchener power play. Taking the pass was Edwards. Humphreys. Humphreys for Edwards. Edwards here for Reid. Reid for Humphreys. Score! Crisp passing by the Rangers, and Christian Humphreys gets a power play goal. It's 3-1 Rangers.
Power play passing 101 shown there by the Rangers. Open up space, look for those lanes, cut through the box, and in a very similar spot to his first one, Christian Humphreys with his second one to give the Rangers a 3-1 lead.
Well, Christian Humphreys assisted on the Pregame goal from the exact same spot to open the scoring here in the second. And this time on the power play, Christian Humphreys makes it 3-1 and gives the Colorado Avalanche prospect his 17th of the season, 61 points on the year for Christian Humphreys. Only a distributor, there's an icing call against Guelph, but Christian Humphreys has a great shot as we will head to break. The Rangers up 3-1 on the Guelph Storm. As you're watching Hefner, Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
Brought to you by the Kitchener-Waterloo Home and Garden Show. The region's largest home show runs Friday, March 27th to Sunday, March 29th. There's no place like home with the Kitchener-Waterloo Home and Garden Show at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
Don't forget to get your Rangers Reach 50/50 tickets. Scan the QR code or head to Rangers5050.com. You can buy them until the end of the intermission coming up. Right now, your take-home portion is $12,400 and growing. Back up to you, fine gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Sean. Yes, of course, scan that QR code on your screen to help out a good cause, and of course, you could win some money. As the Storm will once again get called for icing, and Mark, what a difference a period makes here for the Kitchener Rangers.
Yeah, and this almost reminds me of a game earlier on this season between these two teams where the Storm score first, but the Rangers, they say, you know what, we're going to take over this game, and they did a whole lot of damage in the second period. I believe it was that first game of the year where they won 6-1. 5 goals in the middle frame, and it's looking eerily similar.
Yeah, it was a 6-1 win after Leo Serlin opened the scoring for Guelph, as there's a save made by Ellsworth, and then the Rangers just opened the floodgates against Guelph. And that was the biggest lopsided game these two teams have had this year, that 6-1 victory. The majority of these contests have been one-goal games, including just back last month in January. Kitchener won 4-3 late in the third period, a 5-4 win in Guelph over the Storm before the Christmas break, a 3-1 win on November the 18th, and Guelph's lone win at the Sleeman Center was 3-2.
And those were really good competitive games that you like to see as a fan, you know, nail biter right down to the finish.
Oh, yeah, nice pass here for Miedema. Here's Miedema streaking it. Miedema shot saved by Schabel. Ethan Miedema will get his puck back on his stick. Miedema, nice feed. Taking there to Belahorski. Belahorski shot through traffic, Schabel to save. Top, he throws one through. That's off the Ranger bodies. Now this is some good pushback from Guelph. As the Storm with top the shot, once again deflected that into the netting and out of play.
That's the response you want if you're the Storm. Excellent job by Ethan Miedema just carrying that puck as he has been doing all night. You haven't really seen too much in terms of a chip and chase in his game. A lot of the times if he's cutting through that neutral zone, he's carrying it over that blue line. That's something the Rangers have to watch out for with Ethan Miedema, with that long reach and that confident stride that he has with the puck control, and he can take it to the net or shoot the puck.
He's one of the better goal scorers over around here in the Ontario Hockey League, and that was a great pass to him. Good effort towards Schabel, but Schabel won out, and this is the pushback the Storm have wanted for a while. Well, Stevens has to restart this rush out way in his own end. Nice pass by Stevens for Szczebinski, a little too strong. That'll be another icing call against Guelph.
And Szczebinski a bit upended there at the blue line, just trying to get at least some bit of the stick or even just a an extremity on that puck to negate the icing, but now an opportunity here in the offensive zone. Guelph starting to close the gap when it comes to face-offs here in the last few minutes, so that's something that Corey Stillman's group would look at as a positive. But
yeah, we were talking during one of the breaks, it was Guelph only had 7 face-off wins. Sam O'Reilly had 11 for the Kitchener Rangers by himself.
Yep.
That just shows just how the disparity was, but credit to Guelph getting back into the face-off circle is another icing against the Storm.
By the way, 12 for 15, Sam O'Reilly here tonight. And that's a big focal point here. I remember he was about 80% in a game a couple of weeks ago. He has really shot the Rangers up the rankings when it comes to the face-off dot. Guelph coming into tonight, 52.2% on face-offs. That's 4th in the OHL. Kitchener's 12th at 48.9. I would not be surprised to see them in the top 10, perhaps even the top 8 in the next couple of weeks if they continue on.
You get those 80% from Sam O'Reilly. Yeah, that'll definitely bump your percentage up to the top tier in the face-off department in the OHL.
Hey, 80% of the time, it works every time, right?
Exactly. As Anstis will kind of wrap up Jenkin there, and another scrum ensues, this one behind the Guelph net. Anstis digs the puck free. Anstis takes a good shot to the back as Vermeulen tried to center and hit the back of the Guelph net. Now Wysick, he'll try to spring Stevens. That puck's knocked down at the the Kitchener blue line. As now the Rangers will counterattack. Here's Bilecki. Bilecki's got a step. Bilecki shot tried to go far side. It went wide. As McNeil will flip it back into the Guelph end as Jenkin will play it, but this will be icing against Kitchener with 2:36 left in the second.
And if you're the Storm, you're down by 2 here. You haven't had much luck on Jason Schabel, particularly in the last 10 minutes or so. You haven't really tested him all that much overall here in the second period. Just 7 shots on goal for the Storm here in the middle frame. And again, a lot of low percentage opportunities. A lot of coming down the wing and taking those sharp angle shots on Schabel. He hasn't really been tested too much point blank in the slot. A lot of good opportunities have gone to the side. Rangers really taking care of the house here in the second.
And really up their defensive play, which they've really become accustomed to and known for in the second half of this season since the trade deadline. And there's Hapanenko. He overskates the puck. Out front, shot from distance, but into the glove of Schabel.
And that's another one of those sharp angle shots, just right off the half wall. Schabel's able to gobble it up, and he recognizes there's a man going toward the net. He knows if that's a low shot, just try to go down and go into the butterfly, gobble that up, force the face-off. You don't want to kick that one right out to Mark Pape, who is in the vicinity, and a juicy rebound going onto his stick.
Well, that was Pape that just threw it on, and it's a good idea to throw a puck on net, but we've also noticed that Jason Schabel's done a much better job here in year 2 in the OHL with his rebound control. As Edwards, nice cross-ice pass here for O'Reilly. O'Reilly will drive out in front for Sherratt, and he sent it wide. Quick passing by the Rangers. They are deadly when they get some open ice, and another icing goes against Guelph.
Looking for that, put it into the corner and try to chase that puck down. The old dump and chase into the corner and bounce it in front of the net, but Hopkins just didn't really have the wheels on that occasion.
Bit of a slow conclusion here to the second period. Will that be maybe an undoing here for Guelph with another face-off in the Storm end, and the Rangers controlling the face-off circle as we've said. Reid keeps this puck in the Guelph zone. Out for O'Reilly on the far corner. O'Reilly getting some help from Sherratt. Now Dylan Edwards will pick up the loose puck. Edwards' pass, though, went off the skates of Miedema. As the Storm want to get going here with Hopkins. Hopkins will just shovel it in, and that's going to be offside against Guelph.
And that's just bad communication. Miedema not reading the play down the middle as Hopkins is coming from far to near, and just a little bit too much puck carry, and Miedema not recognizing that he's just continuing to hold on to that puck and looking for a lane to get it deep into Kitchener territory there.
Yeah, Guelph definitely, they were locked in, playing good chemistry hockey in the first period. That's really gone away here in the second. Turnovers and just can't get their timing right on passes or even zone entries.
Yeah, the confidence just hasn't been there whatsoever as you see another offside call. And again, in the first period with Guelph, you saw those third passes, those tape-to-tape passes connecting. More so here, they're lucky to get a second connection on the tape-to-tape passes.
Yeah, they clearly some of that air has definitely left the balloon that Guelph had here tonight after that strong first period. And you had to wonder, too, it would only be a matter of time before this Rangers offense would find some form. I think Guelph is lucky, too, to be down just 2 here in the second period. Remember, there was that breakaway chance that Tanner Lamb had and some other good quality scoring chances. The Rangers still with some time trying to build on it with Pridham. As Pridham backhanded around, that's broken up. Came right back to Jack Pridham. Pridham, who got the Rangers on the board to start out this second period, comes to Christian Humphreys. Humphreys creating a lane. Cross ice pass by Humphreys to Andonovski. Andonovski, a bullet that goes wide. Humphreys will keep it in the Guelph end with 45 seconds left to go in the middle frame. As Humphreys, he finds Woolley. Jared Woolley with a step. Jared Woolley shot deflected and it goes wide. As McKenzie tries to clear, and he will. And the Rangers will scoop this up with Humphreys, who nearly overskated it. Under 30 seconds to go in the second period. Jared Woolley, he wants to get going. Nice pass by Woolley, looking to spring Pridham. Too strong of a pass. Pridham couldn't control it. Top. The Guelph goal scorer wants to get something going. The Storm turned over at center ice. Cameron, a backhander. Here's Lamb again. Lamb looking for the trailer and Ellis, and a shot that just went wide. Glorious passing again by Kitchener. Final seconds here of the second period. The horn will go, and the Kitchener Rangers have taken control of this hockey game with 3 unanswered goals, and they have a 3-1 lead on their Highway 7 rivals here after 40 minutes.
That's a bounce-back period if you're the Kitchener Rangers, and it could easily be 6-1 here in this game, if not for the efforts of Colin Ellsworth.
Let's look at these shots on goal here, Mark, after 2 periods of play.
Through 2 periods, 17 all between these two teams as the Rangers had the advantage 12-7 in the middle frame. Goals from Pridham, Edwards, and Humphreys give the Kitchener Rangers a 3-1 lead through 40. Pridham and Humphreys, those 2 goals looking eerily similar. They got to watch for that man on the left side.
And when we come back from break, our Sean Fafaro will talk to the Ottawa Senators prospect, Kitchener Rangers defenseman Matt Andonovski, as you're watching Hefner, Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
The Village Caterer provides catering and services for all occasions, from business lunches to backyard barbecues, and to large events like weddings and community events. Let the Village Caterer help you make your event one you and your guests will never forget. Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Fafaro, and I'm thrilled to tell you that This Week in Rangers Nation is back for season number 2. I'll have everything you want with your East Ave Blue. Special interviews, features, highlights, and more. Catch This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
My name is Chef D. Most days, you'll find me feeding high-profile personalities in even higher-pressure kitchens. But now I'm taking an ordinary food truck and a slice of summer to get out of my comfort zone and into parts of the community normally out of my reach. It's a gamble, but if I can use my passion for food to help out some amazing folks, it'll be worth the road trip.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV. Rangers 3 goals in the second period. They're leading 3-1 at the end of 2 periods of play. I'm joined down here at ice level with Matthew Andonovski from the Rangers. And Matt, how are you feeling after that second period? Obviously something changed between the first and the second.
Yeah, it was probably our worst period of hockey in the first period. No one was happy with that period, but coming out for the second, I feel like we really turned the switch and put the pressure to them.
Wednesday night, a huge victory in London. Overtime, that's an understatement. Take me through the emotions coming out of that game.
Yeah, obviously, London's always marked on our calendar. It's going to be a big game no matter when. But Peanut and O'Reilly, or Woolley coming back, playing in London after they got traded was pretty big for the team. So getting the 2 points for them was really big.
Moose told me the boombox was pretty loud all the way back from London. That seems like a fun bus ride.
Yeah, the big wins, we get the boombox going, and I don't know how happy he is with the boombox going in the back, but we had some fun.
You mentioned Jared Woolley, and they had a great ceremony before the game for Sam and Jared. You've been playing on a D pairing with Jared. Tell me about the chemistry you guys have, because you seem to really have found it with each other.
Yeah, we both play a hard style of play, both like to play physical. Good puck and move defenseman, so I think right away we kind of clicked, and we move pucks out well and defend really hard, so we like to give the other team's top lines a hard time, so I feel like we've done a really good job of that so far, and we can look to keep going.
One of the things I've noticed in the past few games is how protective this team is of each other. We saw it in the Sarnia game, we saw it in the Windsor game. How tight is this group? Because we're seeing everybody step up for each other.
Yeah, no, this group's tight. We got everyone's back, and I think that's just the culture we built over the last 3 or 4 years, that we got everyone's back no matter who it is. Someone's going to step up and protect any guy on this team, and we're like brothers in the room, so that's what makes the team so good.
Matt, I've been here since your very first game, and you've been here about a month now since you returned to the team. If you don't mind me saying this, what I notice, you seem to be enjoying yourself a lot on the ice in a way that you maybe haven't in the past. How fun is this run with the team right now?
Yeah, kind of talking to Parse before I came back, and he just said it's your last year, and he was in OA last year, so he said take it all in, and I've been just trying to have as much fun, and hockey's way more fun when you're having fun, so I'm just trying to take it all in and have as much fun as possible.
You and I stood in this exact spot on your 200th game. We had special t-shirts made with your family that night in your Billet family. Tonight's your 250th game, and here we are standing here again. Reflect on 250 games and what this league has taught you.
Yeah, you're making me feel old here, Sean. It's a lot of games, but yeah, no, I think from the day I got here and to this day, I've been grateful for the opportunity that I've got here in Kitchener, and to be able to play in front of these amazing fans, and 250 games in front of these, or at least most of them in front of these fans, is pretty special, so I couldn't be happier.
You know, we've come a long way together, from the dream come true Zoom interview to 250 games. Congratulations, Matt. Enjoy the third period and the rest of the season.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, stick around. We got a special interview with McKenna Murray coming up right after this.
From the breakups.
Why can't I spend the weekend with you and Daddy?
To the coming togethers. To new beginnings. We are here to help you move forward.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
Here we go.
You can't do this, Jacques. It's never been done before.
Mr. Blake.
You can't see down with that thing.
Mr. Blake.
Jacques. What?
They're coming.
Hold them up. Find something. Jacques, I'm telling you for the last time.
Are the Canadians finished? His plan coming back on the ice.
Come on, give us something, will you?
Please, how many stitches? Gentlemen, please.
Hey, Tony, that's something to say to the people in the hall.
On November 1st, 1959, Jacques Plante of the Montreal Canadiens broke with tradition.
You're a brave man, Mr. Plant, standing up to him like that.
And changed the face of hockey forever.
Aging Well brings you conversations with experts to help empower your golden years with enthusiasm and optimism. Don't miss Aging Well with Angela and Alice Liu, Mondays at 7 p.m.
Sean Ferfaro here with my friend McKenna Murray. McKenna is the coordinator for marketing at events with Wilfrid Laurier University Golden Hawks. McKenna, thanks for taking time today.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Sean.
I'm thrilled to have you here. We are here. We're going to talk about this jersey you're wearing because Thursday, February 6th and Friday, February 12th, the Laurier Golden Hawks are hosting 2 Pride Nights for the men's and women's hockey teams. I want to read this because I love the wording of this. Everyone belongs on skates, no matter who you are. Join us for a celebration about being your authentic self, championing inclusivity, and creating a welcoming and accepting space in sports. Tell us about Pride Nights, when and where, and how excited we are for this.
So I gave you the wrong dates to start off, which is great. So it's Friday, February 6th and Thursday, February 12th. So it's this Friday, today, and then next Thursday, our men's team is playing tonight at 7 p.m. at the Waterloo Memorial Rec Complex. If you are not at a Rangers game, I'm hoping you're there. And if you, wherever you are tonight, we're looking forward to having you join us next Thursday. Both games are a 7 p.m. puck drop. It's going to be great.
This is something that is across the OUA. Everybody's acknowledging Pride Week in a different way. And teams can embrace it, but there's also, I say, trendsetters elevate it. And the way that Laurier has elevated this, it makes me so proud to be from this region. There's an entire night. You've made specific jerseys. Why did this happen? Why did we feel this was important?
Yeah, so OUA Pride Night is a week throughout the league in which we, as a league, we celebrate inclusivity and just being your authentic self within not only the world of sport, but specifically within the world of hockey. And we really wanted to do something special, at least in the post-COVID times of my time at Laurier. I've been involved with Laurier in athletics and recreation since 2018, both as a student and full-time staff. We've never done specialty jerseys, so from a marketing lens, I was really excited about potentially doing something unique and different, and finding fun ways to elevate things that we are already doing to really show that everyone is welcome within the Laurier Golden Hawks, regardless of your lived experience and how you view the world. We want you to come and participate in sports and recreation. And so when we pitched this to senior leadership and to our coaches and to our athletes, the first thing of everyone's mouth was absolutely yes. And just, we're so excited to be able to be leaders and trendsetters, but also just create a fun night of hockey, you know?
Exciting moments are better when people are in your corner. So let's talk about these jerseys. Look at these beautiful rainbow jerseys here. I see the 2 different flags in there represented. Yeah. Where'd this design come from and who's responsible for this?
So our full-time graphic designer, photographer, content coordinator, Haley Trippitti, is the best in the business. It was one of her first weeks with our department full-time. I came to her and I was like, hey, I need to pitch this to everyone. I need the coolest Pride jersey you could possibly think of. And we weren't sure what the specialty jersey would look like. It's the first time we've done something like this. We wanted something clean, crisp, and just very classic. So this very much so looks like our white jerseys, just with a little bit of pride on them.
These are going to be auctioned off, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to have to be bidding against me for one of these jerseys because these are beautiful. So can we find out information online on how to get that?
Absolutely. You can head to lauriathletics.com/pride jerseys or goldenhawkspride/cbo.io to head straight to the auction site. Auction is now live and they will close on January 20th at 11:55 p.m. We've got 2 full team sets, so our full men's team and our full women's team. Get your hands on one of these beautiful jerseys. You'll be bidding against me, bidding against Sean.
Yeah.
There's going to be fists
Lots
flying.
of bidding.
It's going to be great. Everyone wants one.
Anyone can do a Pride Night if they want to, but I think it's really telling that you've partnered with Spectrum. So how important is this partnership with Spectrum Waterloo Region?
It was very much so like the center point of us being able to do these. It's great to be able to make jerseys, but what are we going to do with them at the end of the game? We're throwing them in storage is not at all what we want to do to these beautiful jerseys. And just displaying them around the building is great and all, but if we're going to do something, it should be impactful and special. And so what better way to give back to our community and to really show that we care about creating inclusivity in sport than to auction them off with all the proceeds going towards one of the biggest and most impactful pride organizations in the community spectrum.
I think it's spectacular. And this isn't just a hockey game. What are fans going to experience if they show up at Pride Night?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's awesome. We have a very, very thorough and detailed Pride Night playlist set up. Every single favorite of yours from Heated Rivalry. We've got like every single queer anthem there possibly is. We'll be playing all night long. We're just super excited. Spectrum will be there with an info booth, and we're got a Spectrum ceremonial puck drop for both of our men's and women's games. It's going to be great, and these beautiful jerseys are going to debut on the ice. It's going to be awesome, and I tell you, and McKenna, you and I know each other personally outside of TV and hockey, and you know I've got two moms, and I've been a staunch ally my whole life, and you know, thank you for elevating this and bringing attention and inclusivity. It's a wonderful, wonderful initiative from Laurier. I appreciate your time and all of your care towards this. Being able to elevate it in this capacity is awesome, and we're just so excited. The community is excited about them as we are. Bid on the other jerseys that I'm not bidding on. That's all I'll ask for. Thanks, McKenna. Thanks, Sean.
Brought to you by the Kitchener-Waterloo Home and Garden Show. The region's largest home show runs Friday, March 27th to Sunday, March 29th. There's no place like home with the Kitchener-Waterloo Home and Garden Show at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
David Prang from the Chamber of Commerce Brantford-Brant speaks with community members about events and organizations that impact the city of Brantford and the county of Brant. Chamber TV, Thursdays at 6:30 p.m., right here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Dave Carroll. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on Rogers TV, we have a brand new show called About Brant with Dave Carroll. We're going to be talking about Brant and the different areas of the community that makes Brantford, Brant County's Six Nations tick. We're going to be talking with people from all sorts of different areas and helping us understand the community we have better. Every Thursday, 8 p.m., About Brant with Dave Carroll, right here on Rogers TV.
Hey, Gabe, we're supposed to be at City Hall. We're gonna build it right here. Oh, yeah, sure. And give wetsuits to all the visitors? No, on the water. Hey, come on, we're talking about building something the size of 64 city blocks. And there's no land left in Montreal. So, get serious. Listen, we'll build islands. How? Dig up Montreal? They're digging a subway, remember? You take it from there, and you put it here.
12 months and 25 million tons of fill later, St. Helens Island was reshaped and Ile Notre Dame was created.
Come on, we don't want to keep Mayor Drapa waiting, do we?
Montreal's Expo 67. It would prove to be the most successful World's Fair of the 20th century.
Here's a look at your second period scoring summary. All Rangers. Pridham from Humphreys and Reid. Edwards from Woolley and Andonovski. And Humphreys on the power play from Reid and Edwards. We are getting set for the third period. One more quick break and we'll be back.
Have you ever thought about just how much politics you speak about just in your own kitchen or in your living room? Or how many important ideas are shared or solutions to some of the world's biggest problems? Well, you're in luck, because I'm inviting some of my friends to come and speak to me about everyday politics, and I'm bringing my living room to you. So join me on Wednesday evenings from 6 until 7 for Everyday Politics with Laura May Lindo.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Monsieur de Champlain, when I finish paddling through this wilderness and reach China, I shall greet them wearing this.
Monsieur Nicolet, your mission shall be for the honor of the king and the Holy Faith.
In the summer of 1634, Jean Nicolet set off from Quebec to find a trade route that would link Europe and North America with China.
But where is it?
Further, I know the place you are seeking.
For months, Nicolet pushed through the wilderness, searching for the Western Sea.
Go
Georgia, Mississippi.
What did he say?
He says, Mississippi, great water.
Mississippi, the sea, China.
Jean Nicolet was wrong. It was Lake Michigan, not the Pacific. But others would follow his dream. Joliet, La Salle, the La Vérendrys, and they would map most of North America from the Rockies to the Gulf of Mexico.
Exciting announcement this week. The Rangers have partnered with Andrew McNeil on Andrew's Ambition. This is an amazing initiative during the season and the playoff run. For every blocked shot that Andrew McNeil makes, every shot that he blocks, Andrew himself will donate $2, and the Rangers will match with $10 for every blocked shot. Coming into the game, the shot total was at 86 already on the season. A portion of the funds will be donated to the Grace Bowen Tribute Fund and another portion to Sick Kids Foundation. Kudos to Andrew McNeil for partnering with the Rangers on this. He's actually going to be a guest on This Week in Rangers Nation next week, and we're going to talk all about it. Here's the third period with Jason and Mark.
Thank you so much, Sean. And yes, congratulations for Andrew McNeil on that great community effort that he's doing and a great campaign as he sacrifices his body for a good cause.
Hey, they say you wear bruises like a badge of honor when you block shots. Every bruise, that's going to be a reminder, and $2 into the pot.
Third period now underway. As right here for O'Reilly. O'Reilly still with it. O'Reilly out in front. That's broken up though by Belahorski. Sam O'Reilly still got his motor going. Off to Woolley. Jared Woolley will wait. Gets it to Andonovski. Andonovski shot through traffic, but seeing it is Ellsworth.
Early pressure here from the Rangers, sending traffic to the net, and that's that D-to-D pass. Woolley gets it on over and just throw it toward the net. Everybody crashing the net there, as Dylan Edwards takes out his man as he gets in behind Ellsworth. But that's the pressure that you need here for the Rangers here into this third period. You're up by 2. Doesn't matter. You can't let the Storm inch back into this one. They got to score the next one. And alternately, if you're the Storm, you got to score the next one.
Another face-off win for the Rangers, though. Pridham turns it over. And the Storm will spring Stevens. Here's Stevens tricking, and Stevens shot save made by Schabel. Carter Stevens will regain puck possession, whipping it around the Kitchener net. Shabinski, Wysick backhanded, scores! And finally, the Storm rookie gets his first goal and point against Kitchener to cut the Rangers' lead in half.
And as we talked about before, Jaco Wysick, the second overall pick in the most recent draft, hasn't scored a goal since a game against Flint a long time ago. And this one here is just rip that monkey off your back, young man. Number 77, stuffing it between the wickets of Jason Schabel, who couldn't get the 5-hole completely closed. Again, the first goal for Jaco Wysick since December 10th in Flint.
That's got to feel good for Jaco Wysick, who a lot of expectations, especially going second overall in last year's OHL draft. More importantly, too, your first point against Kitchener, let alone goal. And there he is again with a good slap shot that got broken up in front. Now the Storm feeling it. Jenkins a drive. That was blocked by Campbell. Went down, came right back up. Now the Rangers will get a good counter rush with Arquette. He'll try to feed it off the wall to himself. Here's Arquette. Couldn't control it. As the Storm will try to poke it out with Shabinski, McNeil will pinch in. The Storm, though, take their time, not rush anything in their own end. Top makes the pass out for Wysick. Wysick will flip it up. McKenzie couldn't get it. McKenzie will finish his checkoff on McNeil. As Spada shot off the wall. Taking it there was Serlin, but Serlin got wrapped up. But here's the Storm again, that time with McKenzie. To the point, to Spada. Spada shot off some sticks and goes wide. McKenzie will finish off a check on Bilecki. The Storm really buzzing right now. It's a Storm surge for Guelph after Wysick got the Storm within 1. Taking it there is Gallagher. To the point for Top. Gallagher will try to spin away again and go, once again, the Storm go below the goal line. Good forecheck being put on by Guelph. Here's Gallagher to the point for Top. Top a shot. That one goes wide, and Schabel didn't know where it was. Spada drive, bouncing puck. Schabel got enough of it to make the save. Ethan Miedema now. Miedema looking for what he's going to do. Miedema shot from distance, and Schabel's got it.
Once again, it's this third line from the Storm, recognizing that this team has a little bit of momentum under their sails after the Wysick goal. And again, it's working below the goal line. Gritty, tough efforts, battling for the puck, winning loose pucks, winning puck battles, getting it to an open man, and getting some opportunities around the net, extending the shifts of the Rangers. That is an excellent shift from the trio of McKenzie, Gallagher, and Serlin.
That's a great start here to the third period for Guelph. Echo Wysick gets the Storm within one, and then they keep pouring the pressure on as they're looking to tie this game with plenty of time. You haven't even played 3 minutes here in the third. Miedema, throw it off the wall, trying to spring Hopkins. Miedema dug the puck free and settle it down cleanly. There was Babin, and a penalty is coming up to Babin as he flung Campbell into the boards.
I think it might be a loose stick that got him here.
Yeah, it's a high stick on Cameron by Babin.
Yeah, the two of them get their sticks tied up and just barely catches Edwards right in the grill. Or rather Cameron. And
you can see the discomfort there on Weston Cameron. The two 17s collide there. It's a double minor that will go against Patrick Babin.
And you see no argument there from Corey Stillman. He says, you saw blood? Okay, I'm good.
Well, this is going to really test here the Guelph penalty killers. We've had a strong game. Rangers are 1 for 3 on the power play, and that last goal the Rangers did get was on the man advantage thanks to Christian Humphreys. But the double minor is going to really test these Guelph penalty killers to see what they can do against a very solid Kitchener Rangers power play.
Continue to watch how the Storm penalty killers, that box kind of opens up. It allows the Rangers to get those passes through the seams quite often here in this game. They've been really effective of finding that open man have the Rangers.
Well, the Storm couldn't control it cleanly. Spada did well, and McKenzie couldn't clear. The Rangers able to get it there for O'Reilly. He'll ring it around the Storm net for Humphreys. We'll send it back for Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly then lets the puck go. As there's Dylan Edwards. Not a man afraid to get a power play goal himself, though his pass was broken up by Snellgrove and the Storm clear. Schabel will leave it for Cameron Reid. The Ranger captain heads up ice. Here's Cameron Reid. Pass taken by O'Reilly. Then he'll go cross ice looking for Lamb, but instead Edwards will take it. Edwards here for Humphreys. Humphreys over the Guelph line. Christian Humphreys will wait. Humphreys. He's got Bilecki with him now as well. Instead he gets it to Lamb. Back here for Humphreys. Humphreys down low for O'Reilly. O'Reilly back to Humphreys. Humphreys for O'Reilly. Give and go by Humphreys and O'Reilly. Then to find Tanner Lamb. Lamb for Humphreys. Rangers looking for a shooting lane, and there was one from Humphreys, but off a Guelph stick into the netting for a whistle.
And there's that adjustment from the Storm penalty killers. If you notice on the previous power plays, again, as I talked about, they have that diamond spread out quite a bit. They almost have a guy going right toward the face-off dot. Here, it's really tight, and they're allowing the Rangers to really control that perimeter and pass it around and allow those passes to come through. They'll sacrifice that to make sure that there's no pucks really going toward the net with a man loose.
Oh, there's Woolley. Woolley made the fake, but he fell down, and the puck is easily gobbled up by Ellsworth. That's one Jared Woolley's going to want back. And he's got a bit of a smile on his face, too, knowing he made a bit of a blooper reel there.
Oh, it happens to the best of them. Another face-off win here by the Rangers, and he just handcuffs him. Oh, Jared Woolley.
Look at the head shake. He had top beat, but unfortunately, Woolley's feet beat him. There's a good shot, though, by Woolley. Better save made by Ellsworth. That was more like it from Jared Woolley, the LA King prospect. As Bilecki lost control of it, and the Rangers will have to regroup with 2:37 left to go in this double minor power play. Guelph's almost killed off the first 2 minutes. Woolley for Ellis. Ellis makes the pass out on the wing, looking for Arquette. Top tries to clear. Now Shabinsky will clear for the Storm. Guelph now once again controlling their own blue line. as Bilecki will wait for some support. Bilecki then will start the rush out. Nice burst by Bilecki. Drops it back for Humphreys. Christian Humphreys gets around McKenzie as Humphreys had a purpose into the Guelph zone. Humphreys for Bilecki at the top of the point. Here for Tanner Lamb. Lamb a shot off the stick of Beauchesne and wide. As the Rangers will wing it around down low. Backhand pass by O'Reilly hits some Guelph sticks and the Storm clear. And Guelph's killed the first 2 minutes of the double minor. Lamb will leave it for Edwards, but that was dangerous, so Lamb will pick it up himself. Lamb, he's into Guelph territory. With chip and chase with O'Reilly and Reid near the puck, but Spada will pin it up in the near corner in the Guelph zone. Rangers did get free with O'Reilly. O'Reilly gets it back. O'Reilly couldn't get it to the point, and the Storm do clear a game. Great work by the Guelph penalty killers. Lamb, he'll get a hold of the puck and leave it back. 1:10 left to go on this power play for Kitchener. Reid, now for Lamb. As we'll start up with some speed with Edwards and then Humphreys. Humphreys will stop on a dime. Humphreys here on the near side for Reid. Now for Tanner Lamb. Lamb has to control it cleanly and does. Lamb building up momentum. Here's Lamb coming in. Shot goes wide. Backhand score! No! Save made by Ellsworth. How did he get that? Edwards is saying to get that reviewed. He thinks that's in the back of the net.
This is going to be close. Colin Ellsworth gets a glove on this, but was it behind the goal line?
Edwards wants this to be reviewed, and that's what the officials will do. Now we're going to look at this on the iPad, and so will we.
Let's get another look at that, guys. That was awfully close.
Now you see Jussi Ahokas and Jeff Krizakis and the rest of the Rangers coach staff, they're looking. They're looking it up on the big board as well.
Yeah. Here it is, and I don't really get a clean look from far away there.
No, you need that overhead view, or as best we can give you. We're trying to find it for you on our Rogers TV crew. As the officials, Scott Ferguson and Tyson Stewart, they're looking on the iPads.
Now, the call is no goal on the ice, so it has to be definitive here.
Inconclusive evidence that that puck did go over the line before Ellsworth got the glove on it. You see Jeff Krizakis, they're calling upstairs to try to get them the best angle possible.
Oh, here we go.
The iPad has been put back. Maybe here's our view, Mark. That was really quick. Still too close to call. Slowing it down. I think Ellsworth did get that.
I think he gets that one. Because, again, it has to be clearly over the goal line there, and I'm not convinced enough that that was clearly over the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like Ellsworth was able to catch it, kind of pin the puck up on the post before bringing it back out.
Because it doesn't have that technology where you can search for VAR here. Because, again, take a look at where his glove is.
Oh, did it get pushed back, though? That's what they're looking at, I think.
That could be the definitive point there.
Because I think Ellsworth originally did make this.
That extra push back kind of gives you a little bit more pause there. So this should be interesting.
And that's one of the things, too, where you slow it down, it kind of gives you a different perspective of this, Mark.
Yeah.
Because it looked like you made the save originally, but just that extra movement of the glove, as we'll look at it again from a different angle, Mark.
Because you can utilize the post to kind of get an idea where the goal line is here.
Oh, is that completely over the line, though?
And the thing is, you got to know where the puck is in that glove. It's not conclusive to say where the puck is, if it's in the webbing or not. Clearly, the Rangers think that indeed did go in, or else they wouldn't challenge it here, and it's going to be waved off.
Yeah, I don't think there was enough good looks. I think that's a good call by the officials.
Look at Jussi Ahokas here, right at the top of the bench, not too thrilled with that.
Yeah, Tyson Stewart's over there explaining it to Jussi Ahokas. There was the one angle where it was overhead. If you slowed it down, it looks like a goal, but you need conclusive evidence, and other angles kind of dispute that, Mark.
Yep, absolutely. And, right there, that's a tough call if you're an official. Because, again, you need that conclusive evidence to overturn that decision. And quite frankly, there's too many variables there to even think about overturning that. And the fans here doing the wave as play has been stopped for a little bit with this review as the coaching staff of the Rangers get an extra conversation with Tyson Stewart here.
They're not too happy about it, but Kitchener still has 45 seconds of this double minor power play against Patrick Babbitt of the Storm to still try to get this power play going. Edwards is out there, and you know he's looking for the next shot for Kitchener. Humphreys will come into the face-off circle for the Rangers, and Humphreys wins it for Kitchener. Off to Reid. Reid makes the pass out on the wing. Down low for O'Reilly. Then to Humphreys. Here for Lamb. Lamb will drop it back for Cameron Reid at the point. Reid dancing, looking for that shooting lane. Reid, a shot deflected just wide, and O'Reilly trying to get it back forward as Edwards knocks down Spada, and then Beauchesne knocked down Edwards. Puck comes here for Quinn Beauchesne, who backhands it off the wall and out. Final seconds here of this Kitchener power play, and we get an offside call against the Rangers.
That's that pushback after that no goal decision. The Rangers know they got to put that in the back of their mind and get right back to the grindstone and make this a 4-2 game. But good pushback here by the Storm, where again, Spada's been doing this a lot this season, where he sees that puck, he knows how big of a frame he has. He's trying to protect that puck. He gets knocked down, and Beauchesne comes in and knocks his man down for knocking Spada down.
It was a lot of bodies were flying more than the bodies were hitting the floor more than a drowning pool song. As the final 7 seconds of this power play, can Kitchener keep it in? No, they can't. Good clear by the Storm. So the Storm have killed off now the double minor against Babbitt as he's released from the penalty box. And that is another confidence booster here for Guelph here in the third period with 12:51 to go. Guelph always makes these games, especially in the third period against their Highway 7 rivals. But the Rangers trying to just find a way to get that insurance marker back. Andonovski out on the wing for Sherratt. Sherratt trying to get a step there around Top. Sherratt will stop, but loses out there against Top, and Jenkins finds the open ice here for Jacko Wysick. Then to Shabinski. Shabinski over the Kitchener line, but it's going to be offside against Guelph. As we head to break with 12:22 in the third, the Rangers up 3-2 on the Storm. You're watching Hefner, Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
From the breakups.
Why can't I spend the weekend with you and Daddy?
To the coming togethers. To new beginnings. We are here to help you move forward.
Culligan Water has been Waterloo Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
Hey everyone, it's Sean Fafaro, and I'm thrilled to tell you that This Week in Rangers Nation is back for season number 2. I'll have everything you want with your East Ave Blue. Special interviews, features, highlights, and more. Catch This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday.
Alumni update, Kyle Morey, former Kitchener Ranger, now playing with the Elmira Sugar Kings and doing great up there, has committed to the University of Waterloo for next season, where he will be reunited with former teammates Blair Scott and Jesse Fishman. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Sean. Yes, great to see that more Ranger alum will have some success at the university level, Mark.
Yeah, that to the CIF just down the road here. It's a cold arena, but great hockey has been seen at the CIF over the years.
And this from the Ranger red and blue to the black and gold at the University of Waterloo. So the Rangers themselves will get this puck out of their own end, but only for a moment. It is an offside call against the Storm.
We talked about the next goal being crucial coming into this third period. The Rangers get it, and then the non-goal now after that save right on the goal line by Colin Ellsworth. You pencil in those moments here with 11:52 to go and a one-goal hockey game. This is one of those moments where, again, if you're the Rangers, you can't think back to what could have been, especially with some of the opportunities that they have had in this game. But it goes to show you, you get an opportunity, you got to capitalize.
Well, the Rangers will try to do that, and they've got Dylan Edwards out there. Sherratt tried to fly through and keep the puck in. Well, O'Reilly did keep it in the Guelph zone. There is Dylan Edwards. You know, he's motivated to get the next goal of this game. Reid drives away from his man in Beauchesne, and that pass a little too close together forces Reid to regroup. Reid, he'll shoot it back into the Guelph end as Ellsworth leaves it for Spada. Spada off the wall for Miedema as O'Reilly tries to get it back and does. Bouncing puck into the glove there of Ellsworth. That glove's been very important for the Storm here tonight, no more than moments ago against Dylan Edwards.
Been very active in the last 30 minutes especially.
As Humphreys comes over the Guelph line. Christian Humphreys, he's hauled down. Edwards shot, good save again made there by Ellsworth, but Kitchener's going back to the power play.
The Storm playing with fire here as the counterattack. The Rangers using their legs, going through the seams. And just in the midst of traffic here, it's Quinn Beauchesne that'll get his stick right in there on Christian Humphreys. And again, just a good job by Humphreys, because in a situation like that, you got to keep your feet moving. You got to keep chugging along. You can't just pass it forward there. You control that puck. You know that stick's in that area. It's tripping you up. You draw that call by making your feet, keeping your feet moving. An excellent job by Humphreys and a great opportunity here for the Rangers.
Absolutely. Kitchener, though, 1 for 6 on the power play tonight, including not cashing in on the double minor, but they will try to hero this kick at the can on the man advantage. Lamb for Reid. Reid's pass hit there by Snellgrove, but the Rangers do keep it in with Christian Humphreys in the Guelph zone. Cross ice to Lamb. Back to Humphreys. Humphreys trying to get that separation. Humphreys scores! Tipped in front by Sam O'Reilly, and Sam the man does what he does best. Parked in front, getting the power play goal. It's 4-2 Rangers.
Great job by the Rangers recognizing what is given to them. They have possession of the puck, and the Storm have a couple of guys really swimming up top. They're trying to take away that point shot, which really hasn't been there and hasn't been utilized by the Rangers tonight. As you'll see,
it's actually going to be Humphreys. Yeah, it's
Humphreys getting into position. He recognizes that lane that's being given to him. And instead of overplaying it and looking for that cross-seam pass, he sees that opportunity to shoot, and he makes no mistake for his 18th of the year and second of the night.
Yeah, give Christian Humphreys his second of the game and his 18th of the season. Originally thought O'Reilly got a piece of it. That was just a great screen by Sam O'Reilly. And Christian Humphreys, the Avalanche prospect, coming back into the point total in a big way for the Rangers after no points on Wednesday in London. And it's already a 3-point game for Christian Humphreys.
Yeah, the top of the table when it comes to point totals starting to get clogged with Kitchener Rangers. We've talked about Jack Pridham already. Christian Humphreys starting to sneak up there a little bit more, coming into tonight with 60 points, now up to 63, which would tie Jack Pridham, although Pridham does have a goal here tonight. So the two of them very up close and very much in that conversation to lead the league in scoring in the top 5.
Well, you just put Christian Humphreys out there. You trust what he can do. He's such a creative player, making space, especially on that power play, where he weaved his way through, found his own shooting lane, and put it top shelf past Ellsworth. Well, this will be an icing call here against Kitchener with 9:40 left in the third period.
Yeah, for those wondering, on the out-of-town scoreboard, when you look at the point totals, Nathan Aspinall leading the league in points coming into tonight with 68 points. He's got a 3-point night as well, 2 goals and a helper for the Flint Firebirds. So he's up to 71. You're looking at Pridham at 64. Kieran Walton is second in the OHL at 66. The Petes are idle tonight, so Kieran Walton won't pick up any more points here this evening. So Pridham and Humphreys really much up there in the top 5.
Chance that time for Pate. Couldn't get a clean shot on target. Jenkin, he'll throw this puck around the Ranger net. Arquette gets there first. Nice pass by Cameron Arquette as he springs Ellis. Another crisp passing Pridham here for Ellis. Ellis, a shot save made there by Ellsworth. That looked like a fast break in basketball for Kitchener. How they started out from their own end, up ice into Guelph territory. And Pridham strips the puck. Here is Pridham, off to Ellis. Ellis scores! Hayden Ellis blows one through blocker side on Ellsworth, and the Rangers starting to pour it on. It's 5-2 Kitchener.
This is when Ellsworth would want back, as it's not even the hardest of shots here. He just gets it in the right area. Puck battles won here by the Rangers, right on over to Ellis, and Ellsworth plays it right, but Ellis just finds this hole here, right under the blocker side, and again, Ellsworth usually known for that blocker side, just unable to trap it in. Ellis finds the hole to make it 5-2.
And Hayden Ellis, give him now 12 goals on the year, 24 points on the season. The 12-12 man for the Kitchener Rangers is number 13. They're still trying to give this the thumbs up from Dave Schneider. It's got the thumbs up, and it's 5-2 Rangers. And that was just great work, too, by Jack Pridham. He was just a force on the forecheck, stripping Apanenko, and feed off for Ellis, who finished it off. And it's another icing call here against Guelph. And Mark, what a turn of this period. It looked like Guelph was going to build some momentum. They get Jaakko Wysick, his 10th of the season, just 48 seconds into the period. They kill off a double minor power play that the Rangers have, but all of a sudden, the Rangers offense just pours it on.
It happens so quick. That is 2 goals in 83 seconds for the Rangers. And if you're the Storm coaching staff, you're looking at that and saying, we were in this. We were absolutely in this game. Just down by 1. We get lucky with Colin Ellsworth making that glove save on the goal line. You got to use that momentum to your advantage. And the Rangers just said, no. We're going to continue to pour it on. Since that glove save, there haven't really been too many opportunities going down toward Jason Schauble. The Rangers just put that non-call in the back of their minds and said, you know what? We're winning this game, and we're putting it on net.
Well, yeah, I think that no-goal call really made the Rangers more angry than a hornet's nest.
I don't think I've seen UC Hopkins that up in arms, if you will.
It's rare when he shows emotion like that, but you could see he didn't agree with the call, but that anger from Hopkins on the no-goal call really motivated his team to come forward and put the pedal to the metal, as they say here against the Guelph Storm. Can't control it cleanly that time was Hopkins, couldn't get the shot away. Lamb, bouncing puck out to center ice, as Cameron couldn't get it for the Rangers. Giving chase now is Miedema. Getting away. Miedema will haul a man down, and that's going to be another penalty against Guelph, as the Rangers are going to go back to the power play.
This is where the Storm really have to keep themselves in check. They are getting themselves into a whole lot of trouble here in this third period. Yet another penalty being taken by one of their top 6 players. And Ethan Miedema will sit here for 2 or less. Just trying to be overly aggressive here. The stick, he's already beaten him. And Miedema with the follow through anyway. Nowhere near the actually trying to strip the puck there. And this is where the Storm are letting the emotions get the best of them here by taking too many penalties. And that is what has allowed the Rangers really to control the tempo the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're seeing just the youth of this Guelph team in that, but that's from Miedema, who's a veteran of this league, as Tanner Lamb brings back Tanner Lamb a chance, and that one deflected just on the outside of the post. Reid keeps it in the Guelph zone. Cameron Reid will throw it off the wall. The Rangers will play it off that time with Edwards. And here for O'Reilly. O'Reilly will throw it through, looking for Edwards, trying to get the tap in, but that puck pops out of play.
Well, now the 5-2 game, it's one of those things here for the Storm where you just got to get out of this PK. Don't take any more penalties the rest of this game and just start playing North hockey. For the Rangers, meantime, continue what you're doing, because after that first period, really, I think is what was the difference here in this hockey game. The Rangers know that they had a lackluster first period, and since then they have been full marks.
Well, you can see just the difference in these two teams. Kitchener's a much more mature and experienced team. Guelph still showing a lot of inexperience and undisciplinedness, and especially when this game's getting away, as here's Edwards skating. Edwards here for Reid. Back to the point for Christian Humphreys. Humphreys on hat-trick watch as they get it out on the wing. Nice moves by O'Reilly. O'Reilly, a shot deflected. That just went wide, and Humphreys will keep it in the Guelph zone. Off to O'Reilly. Then to Tanner Lamb. Lamb will drop it back for Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly for Humphreys' shot. That's blocked there by Spada, and Spada clears for the Storm. That was a block the Storm desperately needed with 49 seconds left to go on this Rangers power play.
They need to wear a whole lot of bruises here in the last 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
As Hayden Ellis. Nice moves by Ellis, who just scored his 12th of the season. Off for Bilecki. Bilecki, he'll throw it through. Onto the tape. Now up to the wall for Woolley. Here are the Rangers working through, looking for Sherratt. Couldn't get it on his stick. And Sherratt tries to swipe that up, and the Storm do clear. 20 seconds on this Ranger power play. Rangers not trying to force anything, trying to find that open lane. Sherratt will drop it back. Out here for Hayden Ellis. Ellis over the Guelph line. Ellis will wing this around here for Arquette. Final seconds of the Ranger power play. Snellgrove broke it up. McKenzie couldn't get it out. Sherratt keeps this in the Guelph zone. Back to even strength. Sherratt, a shot save, though, made by Ellsworth. And then Sherratt collides out in front with Beauchene, and that brings a crowd. As we will head to break, though, with the Rangers up 5-2 on the Guelph Storm. You're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey on Rogers TV.
Hi, Pastor Mark here. Join us each and every week on Sundays. All are welcome, no exceptions. That is St. Peter's Church, every Sunday at 11 a.m. God bless. We'll see you soon.
Don't forget to tune in for This Week in Rangers Nation every Friday at 6:30 p.m. It replays a number of times throughout the week. Tonight's episode, we had Sam O'Reilly and Jared Woolley. You can see that throughout the week, or you can catch it online as well. Next week, we've got Andrew McNeil and Cameron Arquette in the studio. Guys, before we throw it upstairs, I will let you know that the Saginaw-Erie game has gone final. Saginaw has won 4-1, so that means that if the Rangers hold on to win this game tonight, they will officially clinch a playoff spot on February 6th. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Sean. Yes, that's what Ranger fans were curious about. They were scoreboard watching. Not just the Kitchener Rangers that'll clinch a playoff spot, but as well the Flint Firebirds. They've got things in control in the sewer. 5-1, and Windsor is about a minute 32 away from beating Sudbury. So the top three teams in the Western Conference, Mark, they're ready to punch their ticket for postseason play come the end of March.
A little extra X on the end of their names, or the beginning of their names, depending on your perspective.
As well, the Brantford Bulldogs will clinch a playoff spot, too, in about 6 minutes, as Barry's got it under control in Brampton, 3-1 up on the Steelheads.
How about that Barry team?
Yeah, they're hot.
Yep.
Rangers are going to see a couple hot teams in the East in Kingston and the Ottawa 67s in Peterborough all next week, as there's Pridham trying to get the feed back there from O'Reilly. And look at Pridham, he's going to track this puck down himself. Guelph getting a little careless in their own end, and Pridham nearly found O'Reilly just out of the stick reach there of Sam O'Reilly. As the Storm. Belahorski got it here for Wysick. As Jaakko Wysick will get it for Belahorski. Belahorski over the line. Belahorski drops it back for Wysick. Wysick couldn't drive. Wysick will peel back, and his pass way off the mark and sends the Storm all the way back behind their own net, as McFadden will play it here for Guelph.
Yeah, 4-on-4, a couple of guys in the box, one for each team. A little bit of open ice for both of these teams to work with.
And it's Woolley and Beauchesne in the sin bins, offsetting roughings before we went to break. Edwards takes a good cross check, and there's Rangers turn it over, bouncing puck shot. What a save made there by Schabel as he robbed the likes that time there of Mark Pape.
Excellent positioning there by Jason Schabel as the officials have to get into the midst of another scrum that have really picked up in the last couple of minutes. And it's just a simple turnover here by the Storm as they get Mark Pape in front of the net. And Schabel is able to hold his ground, and Pape gets a little bit of business after the fact.
You know what, give credit to Jason Schabel, too. I mean, he's the number 2 guy, but he's such a gamer. I mean, we saw that from the first 2 saves he made here tonight, Mark, in the first period, doing that sprawl out, robbing the Storm in there. Here late where, you know, Guelph could try to make it interesting, make it a 2-goal lead for Kitchener. Jason Schabel is battling, and you can see just the maturity and what kind of a great goaltender he's going to be for the years to come here in Kitchener.
Well, they know that they need to start playing playoff-style hockey now. They need to start it now and develop these habits now. It doesn't matter if you're up 5-2. You don't take any minutes off.
And another penalty coming up to the Guelph. This one's going against Pape. And Spada maybe was thinking about doing something extra, but Pape's going to get called for the trip. Some more tripping penalties for the Guelph Storm, and this will be a 4-on-3 power play here for Kitchener for 23 seconds.
Here in this third period, that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th stick infraction by the Guelph Storm that have sent the Rangers to the power play. You have to take care of your stick. I know you're trying to be aggressive. I know you're trying to strip pucks. I know you're trying to get sticks into areas, and you're trying to really just turn over the puck and look for a break, but quite frankly, 5 stick infractions in 15 minutes, that just cannot happen.
In a period you started out where you cut this lead, the Ranger lead in half to 1. You kind of, the Storm just showing not a lot of maturity here and poor stick control. As you said, 5 stick infractions. That's going to drive
4. So I'm
4.
I'm counting high sticking twice there.
So 4 stick infractions for the Guelph Storm, but that's not going to make Corey Stillman have 1 stick infraction in the period. Sometimes we'll drive
4 stick infractions or 5 stick infractions. That's still too many.
Yeah, this is things have just gotten out of hand here for the Storm, showing their immaturity, their youth on this team. And Mark Pape, who just moments ago had a great scoring chance for Guelph, well, then he just makes a ill-advised stick play. Another tripping call against Guelph as the Rangers will have this 4-on-3 power play for 23 seconds before the traditional 5-on-4. And the Rangers do win the face-off. Here's Humphreys. Humphreys, give it back to Christian Humphreys. Humphreys, shot, scores! Throw the hat for Christian Humphreys! And the Avalanche prospects got an avalanche of hats. It's 6-2 with another power play goal for Humphreys.
First career hattie for number 48, and this one is a seeing eye shot after yet another face-off win here for the Rangers. They control it, they get it to the point. Humphrey sees the lane, decides to pass it off, looks to open up some space with that pass. He does just that as the hats continue to come down here at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium as Christian Humphreys, as mentioned, his first career Ontario Hockey League hat trick.
What a game for Christian Humphreys. As we said off the top, Christian Humphreys had a 14-game point streak snapped Wednesday night in London. What better way to get that going than with a 4-point night here tonight, Mark?
I think he's...
he was motivated.
He was motivated, for sure.
So how about that for Christian Humphreys? And that's great to see because we've seen just the improvement in Christian Humphreys' game from the moment he got here to Kitchener to right now. He is easily one of the most lethal players in the Ontario Hockey League. He's known more so this year being a distributor, passing the puck and cashing in on assists, but man, when he wants to shoot the puck, he is one of the best goal scorers here in the OHL.
And he's really underrated in that respect as well. I mean, this Rangers team does have a lot of gamers on the ice, and Christian Humphreys was one of the bigger players to come onto this team last season, and he's really taken a great performance from a year ago, to that next level here in 25-26.
As the Rangers, they want to pour it on. There's going to be an offside call against Kitchener. As Christian Humphreys, last year, just the 28 games with the Rangers, 33 points. How about more than now the 62 and 47?
Yeah, and now he is top 4 in the Ontario Hockey League with 64 points. Jack Pridham just ahead of him. So put him into the race. You remember a couple of years ago when the Rangers had that gruesome threesome up the top of the scoring race in Carson Rakoff and Hunter Brustevich. It's starting to look a little bit like that too with Pridham and Humphreys here.
Woolley for Bilecki. Bilecki's stick blade breaks. So that gives Hapaneko a chance to clear, but Ellis gets the puck back, but it's offside against the Rangers. Yeah, this is a Rangers team that just a couple moves at the trade deadline, and you've got killers that really just make everyone that much better. We knew Pridham, we knew Humphreys. They were great goal scorers, but you bring in an O'Reilly, that adds just extra emphasis on this team. Dylan Edwards as well. This is a Rangers team that just got a rigmarole of snipers.
Well, here's the big difference that Sam O'Reilly and Jared Woolley makes, along with guys like Gabe Sherrod coming into this lineup, as we're going to get a penalty here for the Rangers. Take a look at the goal differential just in the last 3 months. November +7, not too bad. +9 in December, including a league high in goals for the Kitchener Rangers. January, +22. Not only are you getting similar goal production, but you're also keeping the puck out of your net. They have been very responsible in their own end in the month of January, and the goal scoring hasn't gone away either, because the space has been given to them because you're adding more threats like a Sam O'Reilly. And again, I go back to the face-offs like Sam O'Reilly and what he's been able to do. That gives you a whole lot more puck possession, and guys like Humphreys and Pridham have really gotten the benefactor of that.
There's Belahorski, a spin and fire save made by Jason Schabel as the Storm unfortunately clear the Ranger end themselves. But yeah, just what that really says to me, Mark, too, this is a balanced Kitchener Rangers team. They've got the great scoring, they're playing good defense to shut things out, and their special teams has improved really from the month of January here into February as one of the best in the OHL. Jenkins does well to keep that puck in the Kitchener zone. Serlin, he'll feed it off for Wysick. Wysick will shoot it around behind the net for Miedema. As Christian Humphreys, who's just fresh off that hat-trick, that first career OHL hat-trick. Send it around, and that Rangers do clear with 54 seconds left on this power play. The Storm, feels like it's been a while since we've said this, Mark. They're 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Good speed burst that time by McFadden, though he couldn't control the puck. Carson Campbell gets it clear, but not out, as Hopkins keeps it in the Kitchener end. Back here for Shabinski, then to Hopkins. A lot of ice to work with for Beauchesne. Beauchesne's shot is broken up by Sherratt, and the Rangers will counterattack shorthanded with a 3-on-1 developing. Off here for Campbell, couldn't handle the pass. Sherratt will send that back behind the Storm net. No Ranger was there. As McFadden will bring up this last gasp effort on the power play. Hopkins out on the wing there for Stevens. Now Hopkins will do it himself. Hopkins ran out of room. And the final seconds here of this power play, Bilecki's released for back to even strength. As Bilecki will take this puck freshly out of the penalty box. Here's Bilecki looking for Sherratt. Couldn't get the tip on target. And the Storm, will they be able to clear? Yes, it's Shabinski now. Shabinski, he gets gobbled up and knocked down by Bilecki and Woolley just as he got in the Kitchener zone. Spin and fire there for Stevens as we're under a minute to go here in the third period, and a sharp angle shot is steered wide by Schabel. Now Avery Anstis, he'll kick it up to himself, avoids the hip check attempt there by Shabinski. Bilecki, shooting it in is McNeil as Ellsworth comes out to play. LaBrache trying to pin this puck up on the wall. Rangers will try to get one more spin and fire by LaBrache. That one goes wide. Vermeulen will scoop up the loose puck. Vermeulen, a backhander, tried to send it up there for LaBrache. Snellgrove breaks it up. 25 seconds left to go here in the third period. Snellgrove, and that's offside against Guelph.
Well, late stages of this one for the Rangers. up by 4. Just want to try to put this one to bed in this last 21 seconds without doing anything that could see guys out for the next couple of games, because we've talked about the road trip that the Guelph Storm have coming up. You look at the Rangers and the road that they have going on coming up soon. Niagara tomorrow night, hosting London on Tuesday, and then that big Eastern road trip next weekend.
Yeah, Kingston on the Friday, Valentine's Day in Ottawa, and then the Family Day in Peterborough. So you're playing 3 of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, but 9 seconds away from picking up a big win here against the Guelph Storm. Can Ansis get one last shot away? Here's Avery Ansis. Ansis, his shot does go wide, and that will do it for the 3rd period as the Kitchener Rangers continue to have success against their Highway 7 rivals, as the Kitchener Rangers have now won 4 games here against the Guelph Storm this season. Of course, there's some scrums that go on, and the officials will break it up. And how about the Kitchener Rangers? They have now won 3 in a row, and they keep their point streak alive as well. More importantly, Mark, they clipped the playoff spot.
Yes, indeed, as the fans celebrate here en masse. A huge crowd here at the Memorial Auditorium on a Friday night to see the Rangers win this one over their Highway 7 rivals, and some big performances by some key players, all doing different things. You talked about the balance that this team has. You have role players playing their roles in the right roles. More importantly, you have the goal scoring, you have the puck possession, you have the puck distribution, you have the face-offs going for you, you have the defense going for you. Your backup goaltender is doing some really good things here, as well as this tandem is starting to go into a really big stretch here going into the month of February on a high note. This is a very balanced Kitchener Rangers team.
Well, the Kitchener Rangers are now 5-1 on the season against the Guelph Storm. They've won 4 in a row against their Highway 7 rivals. They clinched a playoff spot, and they win it in convincing fashion tonight here, 6-2 over Guelph. As we look at the shots on goal here tonight, Mark.
Well, you take a look at the shots, 27-24 in favor of the Rangers. More importantly, you look at the response after that first period where the Storm led 10-5. Since then, the final 40 minutes, look at that. 22-14. You're only giving up 14 shots in the final 40 minutes of play. The Rangers turned this game around from what was probably the Storm's best first period of the year to the Rangers saying, no, this is our game and we're not giving it up.
Well, Mark, they've rolled out the red carpet, and that means one thing. Time to take a look at tonight's 3 stars.
Yes, our 3 stars of the game here tonight. No surprise, a clean sweep by the Rangers. Cameron Reid, very quietly, might I add. 3 assists on the night for the Rangers captain. Dylan Edwards with a goal and 2 assists. And Christian Humphreys, your first star of the game. His first career Ontario Hockey League hat trick and an apple to boot.
Well, the Kitchener Rangers, they've now won 5 out of the 6 matchups here against their Highway 7 rivals, the Guelph Storm. They've clinched a playoff spot, and they keep the momentum rolling as they take this one 6-2 on a Friday night from the Memorial Auditorium. As we will take a break and be back with some post-game coverage here as you're watching Hefner Kitchener Rangers hockey on Rogers TV.
Hey, it's Chris and Kim, host of What's Buzzin', and we want you to hang out with us. We have a whole lot of fun, keep you updated on trending stories, and
have a lot of fun with our guests.
And stir the pot a little bit too.
Slightly, maybe, we'll see.
8 p.m. Wednesday nights on Rogers TV.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate. What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI Guy or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Jean-Marie! Fire! The neighbor's farm is on fire. It's almost to the road. It's heading for us.
Help me get the animals out of the barn.
The fire's getting closer.
I'm on the horse.
The house is burning.
Get out to the river. Get up.
Can't leave everything.
1870, fires raged along the Saguenay River for more than 150 kilometers, destroying land and lives. One family survived by dousing themselves all night against the searing heat. One family, among the thousands whose resourcefulness and courage shaped the character of this land.
Rogers TV Community News looks at what impacts you in and around Waterloo Region and beyond. It focuses on stories from municipal and provincial issues. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Hefner Kitchener Rangers Hockey and Rogers TV. The Rangers win 6-2. Before we show you the highlights, I'll let you know three things. One, the Rangers, as we said, have officially clinched a playoff spot, so that's great. Two, for months now, I've been teasing that I'm going to show you something mind-blowing about the Mike Petizian overtime goal against London. The day is finally here on Tuesday. Tuesday against London, first intermission, second segment. Don't miss it. I promise you won't believe it. Third thing, I made a bet with my good friend Colin King, who I've been friends with since childhood in Guelph. Colin's a big Guelph Storm fan. Before the season, we made a Storm versus Rangers season series bet. The Rangers have officially won the season series, and that means that Colin has to get a picture in a Kitchener Rangers jersey that will be shown on one of our broadcasts. So Colin, I'm going to swing by the store next week. I'll bring 3 or 4 different jerseys. You can at least have a choice, all right? Let's go to the highlights. First period.